Is this thing on? Testing, testing. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is your boy, the Thriller, aka Spyke, aka Brandon, aka B, the main man. That's right, we're back tonight. We got some more exciting stuff to go over. We are coming off of the epic two-part Survivor series that we had Monday evening. And so really glad for all of you that tuned into that. And okay, apparently I have a video call I gotta take real quick. Gosh dang it. So guys, I'm gonna start the stream real quick, and I'm gonna start the first match, and then I gotta take care of this video call real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get into it real quick. So I'll start up the first match. If you guys are just tuning in, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm going to start posting out links, and then I will be live back on the chat here in just a minute. Alright guys, so bear with me, alright?
There is a reason this program has been a staple of Monday nights for over 25 years. It is entertainment. It is excitement. It is Monday Night Raw.
And tonight, I got a feeling we're going to see something we have never seen before on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, no. Oh, yes. The visionary, the revolutionary, Seth freaking Rollins has arrived.
Well, certainly Seth Rollins has unmatched accolades, a championship resume, but a wardrobe that leaves a lot to be desired.
Saxton, last time you saw that much drip, you called a plumber.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Davenport, Iowa. Weighing in.
Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. Apparently it was not a video call. It was... it ended up actually being because I had notifications from earlier on my phone, and apparently it didn't give me the notifications earlier from 2 o'clock when I got a video call. So apparently it just came through, and so I thought somebody was trying to call me now. So I was just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. My phone's been kind of wonky here lately. Not that it needs an upgrade, because it's still a new phone. It's just, I got a lot of pictures and stuff saved on my phone, because I got a lot of stuff that I got saved, and I've been starting to save, so we get ready for Call Masters and for more TCW stuff. So I've been going through, like, Google, creating new images, all kinds of cool stuff, so I can be ready to go for you guys once the new game comes out. But again, welcome in, Brian. That's right. Hey, Thriller, what's up? Actually impressed in 2K. Yeah, man, me too. We've got a lot to discuss tonight. Not only do we have a really cool show tonight,
and his opponent from Marieville, Quebec,
Will the Lock cross paths with the Legacy? Well, we're going to have to play that and find out. We'll talk about that. If you don't know what he's talking about, or he's talking about My Rise, I'm going to break down every mode that I can, step by step for you guys, and it's basically, what do you want to talk about? You know, the old Cody Rhodes catchphrase. So what do you want to talk about? Well, we're going to talk about it all. That's what we're going to do. Yes, Rocco, I know what you meant. I have some of those pictures too, but we're not going to go there, okay? That's on a whole separate file on my phone, okay? Not like dirty pictures, guys. Let's keep your mind out of the gutter, but yeah, anyway, I'm just going to cut that conversation right there. Anyway, on half of things like Giovanni Vinci entrance and then Dom without the Judgment Day. Yep, I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about My Rise. We're going to talk about... Whoa, exactly. Yeah, so again, we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff tonight involving 2K23. Because tomorrow is all things WWE Universe mode for the new game. And there's still a lot of big questions. I got a lot of them answered today. Shout out to Assemble on YouTube. A shout out to Phoenix Nitro. Brandon Does Everything, Macho T, Smack Talks, all those guys. They have confirmed some big news a lot of people had doubts on and were really concerned about. We're going to talk about it tonight. Hey, Adrian, how's it going? They went live earlier today on YouTube, way early this morning. And so I've got a lot of info to share. I got a lot of scoop that we need to talk about because it not only affects TCW, but affects all the feds out there. And it's good news. It's not bad news. It's good news. So we got a lot of good stuff. I'm doing good, man. So we're starting things off tonight. Monday Night Raw. We're coming off the heels of what was an epic Survivor Series. You guys saw it Monday night, part 1, part 2. If you haven't, please, by all means, check it out. It was really cool. Last night was TCW Vortex, the return of that. We'll continue that periodically until sometime in June when I switch everything over to Season 7 on the new game. So until then, TCW will have sporadic shows. It won't be like weekly shows necessarily, but they will be when I have time, when I'm not working on 2K23 stuff and trying to get some cool stuff done in that for you guys. You know, and we're still going to do WWE Universe on 2K22, but also start working on 2K23. So it's basically I'm going to have like 2 different seasons of Universe mode going at the same time on 2 different games, basically. And that's okay. I expect that to happen.
Crashing down.
All right, so let me put this link up. So what is the first thing you guys want to talk about? What mode do you guys want to talk about? Creations, General Manager mode, Universe, My Rise, My Faction, the AI in general? What are some things you want to talk about? Because I got a lot of the answers. If you guys don't know all these answers already, we're going to deep dive into them, and I can explain them a little bit better to some of you. So let me know in the comments, what are some things you want to talk about? You want to talk about My Rise? Okay. So that they talked a lot about My Rise today. Okay, so this is cool. So there's 2 separate ones, the Lock and the Legacy. The Lock is the male character, the Legacy is the female character. And I like the way they set this up, okay? So the Lock, you are set in the future, kinda, and your guy character, and the first like 10 minutes of it's pretty cool. You start off, Sami Zayn's in the ring, right? He holds the Intercontinental title. He's saying, there's nobody that can beat me, and blah, 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 and I don't care who my opponent is, because I'm going to win, and I'm going to be the best Intercontinental champion. All of a sudden, you see this giant safe, big giant safe, like gun safe, right? On the rampway. You see it go click, 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 and then all of a sudden, boom, pyro hits, door opens, and your character comes out, and they go, ladies and gentlemen, introducing The Lock. So kind of like The Rock, but The Lock. And he's got like a giant John Cena chain around his neck and whatever, right? That's your My Rise character for now. And you go and you beat Sami Zayn, you win the Intercontinental Championship, and then all of a sudden it cuts back to, I think it was like a week earlier or 5 weeks earlier or something, and you're backstage and you're talking to Shawn Michaels in NXT, and he goes, dude, what's my gimmick? And he goes, well, you're going to debut on Monday Night Raw, and your character is going to be called The Lock. yeah, I know it's a knockoff of The Rock and blah, 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 but you got to start somewhere, kid. And so he hands him the old John Cena chain. He goes, isn't this John Cena's chain gang? And he goes, I don't know, probably, but here you go, son. Go out there and show them what you're made of. You know, and then it kind of goes on from there. And then you have this feud with Sami Zayn for a while, and then it kind of cut off right there. They didn't record anymore. So that was the guys one. And it's set up basically the same as last year. But they also, okay, so it's interesting. It's like 2K20 story a little bit with certain things, with cutscenes and whatnot. But it's also mixed with a lot of last year, where you will have certain places in the arena to go. And Seth Rollins gets the victory. That was a hell of a match as I was watching it right there. So it's really cool. And I like it because you're going to be able to do pretty much everything you did last year. So not much has really changed on the male My Rise. Female My Rise, hey, Matt Parker, what's up, buddy? Uh-oh, wait a minute. We got a cutscene. So right now we're talking about My Rise. We just talked about the male My Rise, the lock. Looks really badass. And I'm sorry, but right now, I watched the My Rise stuff, right? The male and female characters, no matter what you do to them or how you create your guys' characters, I'm telling you right now, I saw them in My Rise face-to-face against the in-game models. And I literally thought that those characters should have been in the game. Like, it is that damn good, graphic-wise. Gonna be really cool. Yes, Legacy is different. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. To make My Rise better than 22's version. Yeah, they kind of did. Like I said, it's a weird mix, Matt. So it's they took a lot from last year, but they also added in some stuff from 2K20 and like 2K19 with the way the story develops in My Rise. So it's kind of cool. I like it. Right? Smell what the lock is cooking. Yeah, it's kind of funny. I saw like John Cena on there and Heyman. Okay, yes. So what you're referring to is the Legacy, which is the women's My Rise story. So you are playing. We're going to go ahead and watch this one, because that way I can kind of talk throughout the show tonight. Unless I have to step in. So that's basically how this is going to go down tonight. But right now, in this match, real quick before I get talking more, we got the women's tag team champions, Dakota Kai, Io Sky. You got Gigi and JC, Toxic Attraction. And, of course, you've got, finally making their return to Monday Night Raw, Ravishing Glow, Lana and Naomi. So this is going to be cool. Yeah, we're going to talk about all that stuff here, Brian, in just a minute. So let me break down some more stuff here. Okay, so back to the women's My Rise. Okay, you start off as this character, Justine, right? And, yeah, it is, definitely. 10 times better. You start off as Justine, and you're back in the Ruthless Aggression era, and you're going to make your debut on Monday Night Raw. And you challenge Molly Holly from 2002 for the Raw Women's Championship, okay? That's really freaking cool. You win the championship, and then you have this big feud with Molly, and she's trying to be your mentor and blah, blah. But what's cool is, during that whole cutscene of you going back in time, you go through, and Brian hinted on this, you go through the backstage area, and you run into Triple H with long hair and, like, Evolution. You run into Stephanie McMahon. You run into Paul Heyman backstage at a desk. You run into Prototype or Ruthless Aggression John Cena. Like, it is, you run into Stone Cold Steve Austin. I mean, that's how cool it is. So it's set like that, and then so you do all that for a minute, and then all of a sudden it pans to real life, and then you become the daughter of Justine, LJ or whatever her name is, and you end up talking to your aunt and about your performance, and you're going to make your debut at Survivor Series, part of the Raw Survivor Series team, or SmackDown Survivor Series team, whatever it is, and it goes up from there. And, you know, Revolution on YouTube, if you're subscribed to her, check her out. Again, that's Revolution. If you want to check out the guys, My Rise, check out Smack Talks. Those are the two guys I would recommend to watch if you guys want it. Yeah, you're her niece, not her daughter. Sorry about that, Matt. Thank you for clarifying that. You're right. You are Justine's niece, and I apologize about that. So it's really cool. You got two different stories. You got one set in the future with the lock. You got one set in the past, kind of, and then it reverts to the present with the legacy. And at some point, I think that they will meet. I really do. I think that's really going to be cool. And I like the fact that this year, I know in 22, it seemed like My Rise just kept going. It never really had an end to it, right? Well, they have said that officially this year, there will be an ending storyline. So once you get everything done, you get to a certain point, My Rise will technically kind of end. You will kind of get to that point where you know it's ended and there's nothing else you can do. Little Justine is her nickname. Yes, LJ. That's right, Little Justine. So yeah, again, it's really cool. Really looking forward to those. Definitely going to be diving into those Monday night. And here comes the return of the Ravishing Glow. We haven't seen them on my Universe show since I did the draft about 2 months ago. But they're finally back on Monday Night Raw tonight. Naomi and Lana. So that's the My Rise stuff. Also about My Rise, there are certain characters and arena parts that you have to unlock through My Rise, including, okay, so arena parts, I'm talking about the WWE Live Arena. You will have to, is My Rise both men and women? Yes, same as last year. Because there was a lot of complaints that there for a long time that we didn't have women's storylines. We got those this year in 22. We got them again in 23. So, yes, welcome in, Blake. So the setup is basically the same as last year with a little bit of 2K20 stuff and 2K19 story kind of. Like, there's a lot of different story correspondences there. So if you've played the My Rise or the My Story or whatever career mode over the last few games since like 2K18, 19, you're kind of going to get that vibe with 2K23, and I think it's going to be really cool. But they have their own modes not together. Right, yeah, they've got their own modes. They're not together like 2K20 was. So if you just want to play as the male My Rise, you can do that. If you want to play as the women one, you do that. But again, at some point, I'm sure that those characters will kind of mesh in the stories at some point. Like, there's got to be something. Now, it doesn't mean that when that happens, you have to play as both characters. No, it just means that there's different outcomes to everything you do. And that's the thing, too. Like, you could start off doing certain things, and then once you get to the point where you can get drafted to another show or choose another show, you can choose to go to NXT, you can choose to go to Raw, you can choose to go to SmackDown. We've done that, right? You don't have to follow a certain path or storyline every time you play My Rise. That's what makes it fun. Each character you create will have different personalities, a different look, a different attitude, you know, different way you want to do things or how you want to get to the top, and different missions to complete. So that's really cool. That has definitely a big multiple play factor. You know, you want to play that multiple times to get everything. Right? Yeah, they got Piper Niven as SmackDown Women's Champion in Women's My Rise, so, which I think is kind of cool. And they got her voice in there. They've got Bianca's. They've got Charlotte's. They've got quite a bit. A lot of people. You know, at some point also in My Rise, I think in the women one, and I can't 100% say this because I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of people, even on the 2K Showdown today, and Assemble and Phoenix Nitro hinted at this, and I thought this was a good point. So when it comes to like Mandy Rose, right? Okay, at some point in My Rise, you know you're going to run into Toxic Attraction in NXT, right? They were one of the big staples of NXT all of last year, the last year and a half, right? It would be stupid for 2K to not have Gigi, JC, and Mandy be a big part of My Rise. I think that's why the people that have played My Rise can only go so far or are told to do certain things because they can't show everything. And I think that's why. I think she's a big part of the My Rise. I think she's going to be one of those characters that we're going to get but they can't talk about due to promotional stuff, whatever. Because, again, her ring attire is there, all of her ring attire, her moves, her entrance motion, you know, all the stuff with Toxic Attraction, it's all there. It would be stupid for them to put her in because by the time, the only way they could do this is to pull a Bray Wyatt, where they literally pull her out. But remember, if they do that, that technically would screw up My Rise because they would have to go in and totally rewrite My Rise for the women's stuff, right? They wouldn't have had enough time from the time that she got fired in December to now to do that. So that's why I said there's a big possibility she's in the game and she's going to be part of My Rise, and that's why they haven't talked about it. So, again, really looking forward to that. I hope that's the case. I'm pretty sure it is because, you know, obviously in My Rise last year we had to fight off against Karrion Kross and Scarlett, right? And people like that. You notice when people would do stuff in My Rise last year and promote it, they didn't do the NXT stuff to a certain point because they knew that Karrion Kross and Scarlett were in the game, but they couldn't be promoted. That's the thing you guys got to remember. So that's why I'm saying I believe Mandy is in the game, and maybe a few others. They just can't talk about it. They can't promote it. They can't show you guys that until a certain day, which I think Sunday or Monday is the cutoff where they can finally start talking about, okay, everything. Because they have to, the next makers, the big YouTuber guys that you've been seeing right now, they have a certain thing that they have to follow. And if they don't follow that and break the rules, they can't make content. And that screws up everything for everybody. So, you know, they're trying to abide by the rules so they can go out and play the game next year ahead of everybody else. Makes sense. Okay, so again, My Rise. Also, there will be other certain characters you have to unlock through My Rise. Like there's the in-game version of Molly Holly, the updated one. There's an 02 version, which you have to get through My Rise, and Mighty Molly. I just wish they changed Dewdrop's name back to Piper Nevin. According to what I've heard from 2K, and I've seen some other posts about it, and Semble and Phoenix Nitro had asked about this, 2K is really going to try, if they can't get it this year as much, they're definitely going to do it in 24. They really want to try to push for monthly updates for all characters, whether it be clothes, whether it be moves, whether it be entrance, whether it be name changes. You know, that's the kind of stuff they want to try to update. Right now, they're doing that stuff, unfortunately, in my faction. So in my faction, say for instance, okay, let's say, oh, Toxic Attraction, man, that's a great win for them. Nice. Okay. So again, let's take for instance Io Sky, right? We know Io Sky what she looks like now, right? But say in my faction they want to add in the Io Shirai look, right? The one that she has right now in 2K22. Okay, they're gonna add that attire to a card. It'll be like a legacy card or whatever the hell they call it in my faction. You get that card, you can play as that version of Io Shirai, but only in my faction. You cannot play it on any other mode or anything else. And you can't use those creation parts in Creation Suite. That's the thing that sucks. And I know that a lot of people have said this, and I agree with this. Right, yeah, they kind of ruined the My Rise for the men in 22 because they fired Bray. There was meant to be a thing with him and Dana Brooke. Yeah, there really was, and they ended up taking all of that out, and that's kind of screwed up the male My Rise, and I think even the female one too. So if they were smart, they didn't do anything like that. And from what I'm hearing, WWE said no, you know, keep their game model, keep Mandy or whoever in the game, but just don't promote them. You know what I mean? Because yeah. Anyway, because even though she got fired in December. Again, she got fired December 13th. So there's no way in hell, because they've already started shipping out games to stores and stuff back in late January. So by that time, unless 2K does it, has like an update where she's taken out or something, you know, whatever, it'd be kind of hard for them to just go in and say, okay, we're going to take her out. We got to redo all this code. It would just be dumb for them to do that. That's what I'm saying. They edited Sami Zayn's attire. What we have seen wasn't the original. Yeah, they did update that. So, which I thought, and that's a cool thing too. So Sami Zayn does have his updated attire, his updated look. The only thing that did not change is his theme music. He has the conspiracy theory music that he had in 22. If I remember right. So, yeah, if they remove her, then replace her with someone else like they did Bray. I mean, yeah, they could. That is true. But like I said, I highly doubt that she got removed. Now, Sasha, on the other hand, they've had plenty of time to remove her because she didn't do anything last year. Same with Naomi. So I can see them removing Naomi and Sasha. The models, anyway. Now, granted, their clothes are still there, their hair is still there, their moves, their entrance, blah, blah, blah. They took out the Trons, and they took out the model. Right? Well, we all know how What's the Status works. He'll find a way to break the game and mod Sasha and Naomi and whoever else is missing, right? We know that. And we also know that he knows how to break my faction and bring some of the my faction characters to life. That's cool, and I'm glad that he does that, because it actually kind of makes the game kind of fun. Hey, William, how's it going, buddy? So those are some things with My Rise. Again, there'll be certain characters you have to unlock. Like there's an alternate Molly Holly. Like I said, there's Mighty Molly, Molly Holly 02, and Mighty Molly Current, or Molly Holly Current, right? And then there's an old school Jean-Paul Levesque, which is the original Triple H gimmick before he was the Blue Blood. That will be in My Rise, and you will have to unlock that. The WWE Live Arena, you have to play My Rise to unlock that as well. There's a lot of cool hidden features and alternate attires for in-game models that are going to be a part of My Rise. But once you unlock them, they will come available in every other mode, so which is going to be really cool. I'm glad you're doing good, William. Glad you're doing good. Again, we're doing 2K22 my universe right now with Monday Night Raw. I'm not playing any matches right now tonight, at least not right away, because we were talking all things 2K23 as well tonight, so, and enjoying some great action here. In fact, right now, before I get into other modes and talk about those, we've got Ridge Holland and Butch of the Brawling Brutes taking on Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch. Tag team action here. Again, good win for GG and JC of Toxic Attraction moments ago. Triple threat tornado tag match. That was cool. Rollins beat Owens tonight. So we're doing pretty good. We're coming off the heels of Survivor Series and we're having a good night. The most cool thing is the announcer when he called Jey Uso main event Jey Uso. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is cool, huh? I like that. So that's My Rise. Okay, that pretty much gives you a whole rundown of My Rise. Now, what do you guys want to talk about next? What mode? Any mode in particular? Creation Suite, GM mode, Universe mode, My Faction, War Games, because I got a really cool announcement about War Games. Showcase. So Showcase... Some of you might know this, some of you not. That is actually a good one. We haven't talked about Showcase in a while. So Showcase mode, obviously, it's the John Cena Showcase. There's supposed to be at least 14 matches that we know of. There could be more. There could not be more. I don't know. There could be a bonus match once you beat all the other matches. I don't know. But I'm glad you brought that up, because there are certain characters, like there's an alt like that you have to unlock by doing all the achievements in every match in Showcase. And I'm pretty sure once you get all of Showcase done, there's going to be a bonus thing you can unlock. Just like in 2K22, if you did all the Rey Mysterio stuff correctly, you got certain arenas, certain belts, certain blah, 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 alternate attires. But then once you completed everything, there's a bonus match where you team up with Dominic. And if you win that match and do all the objectives, you unlock a playable Dominic Mysterio, which I had to do 7 times because I have 7 profiles. And I'm going to probably have to do it again with John Cena. But once I do it once and I understand it and it makes sense, it'll be easy to do it over and over and over and over. It'll just be like second nature to beat that mode. Now with that though, you are not playing as John Cena. That is the thing you guys have to understand. So it's updates being made to Lita or... Yes, there's an updated to Lita. She did get an updated face model and body model. The only thing that they haven't changed yet is her attire. Okay, so there's no new attire. Trish didn't get new attire, but she does look amazing. So we still get the same trick. Now, here's the thing with that. Trish will probably have different versions of herself, but they're going to be locked in My Faction, which means if once they add different versions and attires and characters and whatever to My Faction, you cannot unlock them in any other mode. And they've said, this is what's going to make this little thing better, and this is going to make you want to play it a little bit more, because there are certain things that you're going to get that are only available in My Faction. Okay, they're really trying to push this My Faction thing, and I know it sucks because some people like it, some people don't. I'm kind of on the fence with it. I didn't really care for it a whole lot in 22, but looking at it in 23 and the fact that I can play against people online with it, and there's going to be daily towers, weekly towers, there's going to be achievements for the longer you play it, blah, 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 blah. And the fact that, you know, the more I play it, the more alternate attires I could get for these characters. And I want to see some of these, you know, and I have to grind my ass off to get some of this stuff, but I'll do it if that means that I get to see, you know, like an updated Lita, an updated Trish, an updated Rhea Ripley or whatever, you know, or maybe they go old school with some of the legends and you get different attires for legends. But again, remember, if you unlock that stuff, it's only in my faction. You cannot use it in Creation Suite. You cannot use it anywhere else. Now, that is something that the dev team is trying to work on so they can eventually, hopefully in the next game, start using that stuff in Creation Suite and whatever. That is their goal. They haven't gotten there for some stupid reason, but they are wanting to do that. Because even though it's 2K that does my faction, the dev team said it's a completely different dev team that works on the my faction stuff apart from every other mode. That is the one mode that there is one designated team just for that. And it's a small team. It's not as big as the entire game team of creators. So with that, they focus on just that, which means they have the time to add in new attires and blah, blah, blah. The problem is that team does not meet with the in-game team all the time. So that's why we have the issue with not getting updated attires and blah, 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 right? Kind of a lame excuse. I get it, but that's what they've said, and, we just have to live with it. So that's with that. So we were talking about Showcase. So in Showcase, again, you don't play as John Cena like you did in Rey Mysterio, where you played every match as Rey Mysterio, right? In John Cena, you play as his opponents trying to beat John Cena. That's what makes this fun and different. Johnny Martinez, YouTube. Hello, Johnny. Welcome in. So, yeah, that is something that I think is going to be really cool is, you're not playing as John Cena every match in Showcase. You're playing as RVD. You're playing as Edge. You're playing as Batista. You're playing as Orton. You're playing as Brock Lesnar. You're playing as The Undertaker. You're playing as Roman Reigns, Kurt Angle, blah, 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 right? Through Showcase. That's going to be cool. A lot of you, too. So, again, that's Showcase. We talked about My Rise. I've pretty much covered Showcase. Like I said, it's pretty basic. It's the same concept as last year, except for you play as John Cena's opponents, and there are certain characters, arenas, belts, animations, whatever, attires that you have to unlock, and you can't use the accelerator to get them. Same with the My Rise stuff. You cannot. So the accelerator pack is great because there are a shit ton of unlockables. Like the Undertaker is going to be locked unless you pay for it using VC, in-game VC, or use the accelerator pack. If you're smart, get the digital deluxe edition or icon edition and just use the accelerator pack, because then you will have access to Lita, Trish, Triple H, both versions of Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, the Bella Twins, Macho Man, Hulk Hogan, the NWO, Eric Bischoff, Maurice. All these characters, Ted DiBiase, just to name a few, all these characters are going to be locked in the store, and you have to buy them with VC playing matches in like Universe mode or Play mode. The way around that is if you get the accelerator pack, you unlock all that stuff. Now, it's not just characters. We're talking about cool-ass arenas, cool-ass titles, and all kinds of other stuff. That's why I said, get the accelerator pack. It's going to be worth it. Hey, what's up, Brandon Knight? We're talking about 2K23 tonight. We're also streaming some Monday Night Raw for you guys here on my WWE Universe. So, again, we just got through talking about the unlockable stuff. We talked about My Rise. We talked about Showcase. A little bit in my faction, not a whole lot. I'm doing pretty good. You guys want to talk about Universe? Cool. Now, they are going to cover a crap ton about Universe tomorrow. So hopefully tomorrow night, if I'm able to stream, depending on if it's TCW or not, I'll talk a little bit more about that too. But what I can tell you right now, what I do know about Universe is this.
And his opponent,
War Games. War Games is playable in every mode except General Manager mode. Okay? So, War Games is in Universe mode. You can use it. Here's the only problem with that. And it's not really a problem if you make it a problem, right? So, you know how like when you set up Elimination Chamber in Universe mode, no matter if it's a custom arena or you actually play an Elimination Chamber, right? It's always... No, Madcap is in 2K23. So, again, War Games is in Universe mode, but you have to set it up as... what was I saying? So it's like Elimination Chamber. Anytime you play that match, it always takes place in the Elimination Chamber arena, correct? Okay. Now, the early build of 2K22 you had the option of putting the Elimination Chamber in different arenas. Now, Assemble and Phoenix Nitro said once the game actually came out, they fixed that. They patched it to where you couldn't play it in any other arena, right? It was really hard to do that. So, again, Elimination Chamber stays in the Elimination Chamber arena. You can't use it in custom arenas, blah, blah, blah. The Royal Rumble, you can. That is the only one you can. War Games can only be played in the War Games arena for Survivor Series, NXT, and that third hidden arena that you have to unlock in My Rise. I don't know if it's women's, I don't know if it's men's, it could be both. But there is a third alternative arena for War Games that is in My Rise. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what the hell that is, because that's going to be badass, okay? So that's going to be cool. But again, so if you set up, say for instance, I'm doing Monday Night Raw right now. You have the one ring, right? And it's all a custom arena, blah, blah, blah. But say I want to throw in a random War Games on Raw, right? I can do that, and we can play it in Universe, but the two rings and the arena will not be the same. It'll automatically switch once you get into the match to Survivor Series, NXT, or that hidden arena in My Rise. That's the only thing. It's pretty much like Elimination Chamber, guys. But again, that's some big news about Universe mode. The other thing is, promos technically are not back, okay? So you're not actually going to set up promos per se. What you're actually going to be doing is setting up cutscenes before, during, after, in between matches, whatever. But here's the thing. Those cutscenes can only be used with current rivals. You can't just, like, have a show of nothing but like run-ins and whatever, right? And all these random cutscenes. You have to use it on the 4 or however many rivalries you got going at the time. That's how the cutscenes are going to work. So it still makes the shows kind of fun. And I like the fact that they're going to have that. And depending on the difficulty and the intensity of your rivalry, you will be able to only choose certain cutscenes. So say, for instance, these guys were in a rivalry, right? If they were. Right now, they're probably just starting the rivalry. It's just growing. It's kind of a low intensity, right? They're not just like button heads trying to kill each other and put each other on a stretcher, right? Okay, so you're only going to see certain cutscenes. In other words, like, you know, somebody gets a fast pin or somebody, you know, beats somebody up before a match or whatever. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a minute, Brian. So, but as the intensity of the rivalry increases, you'll get different cutscenes. You'll get the, you know, somebody will look like they're on a microphone getting ready to talk before or after a match or whatever, and all of a sudden they'll get interrupted by the champion. And there will be certain cutscenes that are for champions and for #1 contenders or people wanting to challenge the champion. Again, they're going to talk a lot more about this tomorrow, but the fact that that's it, it's kind of like story mode mixed a little bit with Universe, and the fact that you can control that, or you have the option of just letting the game do everything. And they set up the rivalries, they set up the cutscenes, which is something I might do with the WWE Universe for myself, because I want to play it two different ways. I want to play it to where I control everything, but I also want to play it to where the computer does everything and just sit back and just watch it happen. Just watch the magic happen. And they've also said that once the rivalry comes to a point where they can't do any more, that rivalry will end and they'll start a new one, or a new one will begin. Kind of like in 2K22. Once one ends, another one takes its place, and you can start it or stop it or create your own, right? So that's cool. So pretty much it's a copy and paste of 22, but the addition is you can add in War Games, you can add in cutscenes, and yeah, I'm not sure what else you can do. We'll find out more tomorrow when they announce it. But those little things in Universe mode are going to be really cool. And I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, Brian, I'll get to your answer here in just a second, because I want to talk about that too. What about the announcement, introduction on both sides? If you playing online, like how they did on 22, me and you face off, they call, and it cuts you off, Adrian, right after that. After you put on 22, me and you face off, they call, and then it cuts you off. So Mad Cop Moss with the win on Raw, pinning Ricochet. Now we're breezing through these matches tonight, but that's okay, that's good. It means we can get on to NXT a little faster too. So, and maybe even SmackDown. I don't know. We'll see. So again, that's pretty much the basis of Universe mode. They are still going to have Superstar mode for Universe. And what that means is, say you want to play Universe, but you only want to play Universe with one... Sorry, my dog just tried to jump on here and just about fell on his face because he's an idiot. Come around. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Come around. Come here. Yeah, you need to learn how to jump and not be a ding-dong. And you need to get down. Okay, come on. Your Caws name, but on my end, your Caws name is something else. So what about the announcement? That should be fixed. I'm not sure. They haven't really talked a lot about online stuff, to be honest. So I don't really know. And I don't see anything about online play coming up. I mean, obviously, we know we're going to get cross-platform community creations back, so which is good. We're not going to be able to get cross-platform gameplay. So, say, for instance, Adrian, you had an Xbox and I had a PlayStation, right? And I want to face you on online. I can't do that. You would have to have the same system as me. That's still a thing. But if you create something on Xbox and I want to download it on PlayStation, I can do that. Or even computer. So that's cool. I'm glad they kept that. Let's see. Brian, you had mentioned the thing. I can't wait to add AEW and Impact and New Japan to my universe. That's going to be cool, man. Like I said, that's going to be cool. For you. And I'm going to add some AEW stuff to mine probably at some point. So, Brian, you brought up the point of the tag team stuff. So what he's referring to is the fact of, and I've talked about this today on Facebook, and I talked about it last night a little bit during Vortex, but I'll talk about it again. So what he's talking about is if you create a faction or a tag team, per se, right, and you make sure that their loyalty tendency is up for that team or faction, you put that team or faction, say, for instance, in Elimination Chamber, right, or Royal Rumble, or whatever it might be, they will not attack their fellow faction mates or tag team partners. They just won't do it. The AI has finally gotten smart, apparently, from what I've seen. And I've seen videos of this. There's actually a video out. I don't remember who actually did it off the top of my head, but one of the top creators. And it's Roman Reigns in the ring, and then Jay comes in, and then Jimmy comes in. And you will literally see them walk around the Royal Rumble ring and not attack each other at all. And they will actually gang up on all the other opponents. So say you wanted to have a Rumble and you wanted to have the Bloodline just take over that Rumble and just dominate everybody. That's going to happen because those guys are going to gang up on all the other characters. So that's really cool, which I like. That's more realistic. Exactly. So what about my question? And that's what I was talking about, Brian. That's what kind of basically what we were just talking about. Clash of the Castle looks amazing. Yes, Clash of the Castle looks exactly like it did on TV. Like, the arena for it looks sick. Oh my god. Bianca looks bootylicious. Oh man, you should see her what she looks like in the new game, my friend. In fact, you should see what Gigi Dolan looks like in the new game. There's actually gameplay footage out there right now. I'm not remember sure which creator did it, but he did a full match with Gigi Dolan versus JC Jane, and on 2K23, and I'm telling you right now, you have got to look at it because oh my god, they look freaking amazing. Veer's render needs a little work. Well, Shanky's does too. Shanky's render in the game. And again, you got to remember, the stuff that they're showing is not the final build that we're going to be playing come Monday night. So, you got to take that with a grain of salt. So, is Clash of the Castles a lock arena for my rise? I don't know. I know it shows up in the arena selection screen, like when they were playing it, so I'm assuming that you should be able to play it like day one. Speaking of day one, the day one arena's in Clash of the Castle, Queen of the Ring, or Queen of the Crown. Sorry, I don't know why it's, but yeah, Queen of the Crown or whatever, Queen's Crown tournament, and then King of the Ring. And there's BCW High School Arena. There's some other ones, obviously, I have to unlock in my rise and stuff like that. And, oh, the Thunderdome stuff. So all of the Thunderdome stuff is in there. So Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Thunderdome stuff, it's in there. Right, yeah, I kind of was wondering why they never did Crown Jewel. And my reasoning for this, and this is just me, Right, the entrance is cool. So I'm thinking, and this is just my thought, I'm not trying to be racist at all, and I want you guys to understand, I think the reason why they don't do it is because they would have to make the entire crowd, like in the turbans or whatever it is that the Saudi Arabia people wear, and that is such a huge outside arena. They could do it, don't get me wrong. We've had the Mexican Plaza Arena where every character is Hispanic. We've had the Japanese Dome Arena where everybody's Japanese, right? So it's not like they couldn't do it, but I don't see it in the game. Now, that doesn't mean that maybe it's not in My Rise, or maybe it gets added or patched in at a later date. That is a possibility, but from what I'm seeing now, it's not in. Right, their entrance is very toxic. Yes, both singles, tag team, and the trio entrance looks amazing. And the fact that somebody actually recorded that and used Sonya Deville as the replacement for Mandy, I thought was kind of funny. But again, I get why they did that. You can totally tell that's supposed to be Mandy Rose, right? But they used Sonya Deville instead because of promotional stuff. So that gives me even more hope that she's there. And the fact that the commentary, see, that's the other thing. If Mandy Rose was taken out of the game, they would have to re-record the commentary for Toxic Attraction. And they didn't. Because Toxic Attraction, when they come out in singles or tag team, they talk about Gigi and JC being 1 or 2/3 of Toxic Attraction. See what I'm saying? And so that's cool. We're going to talk about other modes here in just a minute. So I wonder if we are going to get Backlash. You mean Backlash? Yeah, we're going to get WrestleMania Backlash. I'm pretty sure. Well, from last year. We're going to get all kinds of stuff. What else was I... my mind's going a mile a minute because I have so much to tell you guys. Candice LeRae. Wow, Candice beats Belair? Damn. Okay. Way to go, Candice. Yeah, I kind of figured that's what you meant, Dark Knight, but you're good. I'm trying to remember what the hell I was talking about before I was talking about Candice. We did the My Rise. We talked about Universe mode. We talked about War Games. We talked about some of the entrances and tag team stuff. Regular Backlash. We might. I mean, there's no guarantee, but... Well, we might get the creation parts for it. Don't think we're going to get the arena. Also, the move for Carter and Chance ain't there. Oh, the tag team. Well, we don't know, dude. We don't know all the moves that are there. There might be a tag team thing for them. Remember, we got DLC coming too, so they might end up adding some of that stuff. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to do to us. All right, we got Santos Escobar, Ilya Dragunov. This is a non-title match. Santos is the United States champion here on Monday Night Raw, and Ilya Dragunov finally returning to Monday Night Raw. This is going to be good. All right, that's all luck. Exactly. Yeah, normally Bianca would have destroyed Candice LeRae. But this one should be pretty evenly matched, I think. This is going to be good. The U.S. champion Santos, you got the Russian bullet train here, you got Ilya Dragunov. This is going to be good. I'm trying to think, what else should I talk about? Obviously, we're going to talk about GM mode here in a few minutes. Creation Suite. Talked about we've talked about DLC before, so you guys pretty much already know the DLC stuff. I don't really want to repeat myself on that too much. We already know that, like, Bray Wyatt, Tiffany Stratton, Joe Gacy, Tony D'Angelo, the Steiner brothers, Eve Torres, Zeus, Ivy Nile, Wendy Chu, Andre Chase, and people like that are going to be your DLC, Valhalla, and a few others. I wish they would bring the old weapons back. Right? Oh, okay. That actually brings up a good point, now that you said that. And I'm glad that you said something about weapons. So, some of you have seen this, some of you have not. They actually added in animations where you can have weapon taunts. So, say, for instance, Santos Escobar has a baseball bat, a sledgehammer, a chair, whatever, or a kendo stick, for instance, in his hand, and he goes to taunt, you're going to see him twirl the bat or the kendo stick around or do some crazy-ass taunt with it. I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know what all the weapon taunts are going to be, but I think some of them are going to be pretty cool. Yes, double title entrances are not just for single characters. they're also in for tag teams. So if your tag team has both the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles, like the Usos, they're going to come out with 4 championships, not 2 separate titles. So they will come out with all 4 titles. Now, that's really cool. And, you know, obviously if you have a single star, they're going to come out with 2 different titles. I like that. Backstage Brawl is going to be awesome. Yes, and that's another thing I was just getting ready to talk about. So Backstage Brawls have increasingly improved. Remember in 2K22, well, obviously right now, okay, it looks cool on paper, but there's only a handful of weapons that you could do, right? Okay, you couldn't really interact with anything. You couldn't, you know, blah, blah, blah. You couldn't throw people into the car. And now you can. There are things that you are going to be able to do backstage that is going to bring some more realism and some absolute epic moments. For instance, I've seen gameplay of Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis, right? Johnny throws Dexter off the balcony and over the railing. He falls. He lands through a giant LED light, like a big strobe light, and it shatters. And then you see him just sitting there like, oh my God, like that is so cool. And the commentary on it is like, oh my God, he killed him. You know, like he could be dead. Like it is just, it's insane. You can throw people off and through tables. You can throw people off through the LED light. Cars, okay? I throw somebody into the front end of a car. I can open up the hood, slam the hood down on their head. I can throw them into the side of the car and shatter the window, I think. And you can, you use the trunk. And yeah, they've really improved the Backstage Brawl. So I'm really looking forward to that. And there's a lot of other cool little things that you can do. I think there's like different weapons as well. So that'll be really cool. I think that's going to be a really cool element. Can't wait to get my hands on that. I hope they improve the ladder match. I really hope the AI gets improved in that. And we're going to talk about that real quick before I run into any other mode real quick. So with AI, not only do you have the regular sliders where you can adjust the AI's artificial intelligence, right? Which is what I've done. And why some of the matches here look really cool and some of the TCW stuff looks really cool is because I've messed with the sliders enough that I found a really good balance of what I want and how I want the AI to act. You can do that for the entire roster, but then you can go in and you can individually buy character, created or in-game, and you can select their individual sliders. So again, we talked about this last night and earlier today, but say for instance I have Omos and I don't want him to do high-flying moves or submissions. I just want him to ground and pound and be a beast. You set the sliders to where he doesn't do any of that stuff or very little, and he won't do that. For multiple matches, you will not see that. I'm going to play a Solo versus Zayn. That's going to be cool. Are you allowed to walk from the ring to the backstage? I think finally, in certain arenas, I think they finally fixed that. I hope. I don't know. I will find out Monday. That's something I will try to do. Backstage or in the ring, right? That'll be cool. Like I said, that is something, I'll have to test out. I know in 22 we were having issues where I would do a Falls Count Anywhere match, and most of my arenas, it wouldn't let me go backstage. I could go in the crowd, I could go up to the stage, but it literally wouldn't let me go backstage, and I don't know why. I'm hoping that is something they fixed. I don't 100% know about that. That is a good question, Adrian, and I will look into that as soon as I can and see if anybody else talks about it, or we'll just wait till Monday and I'll try to do that and find out. Either way, I'll have an answer soon. But the Cody Vader will be awesome. Okay, yes. That is cool too. I'm glad you brought that up, Brian. You got some great stuff here because I have so much to talk about. Yes, what he's talking about is the elevated Cody entrance is in the game. So Cody has his regular entrance that we've all seen, but he also has the Cody Vader entrance, as well as certain other superstars have certain entrances that I hope are not exclusive to WrestleMania, but I'm hoping that you can use those for other characters. But the fact that the Cody Vader entrance is in the game leaves me hope that you can add that to your created character, okay? So there's going to be a lot of really cool entrances I'm looking forward to seeing, and I'll try to show you guys all of them that I can, or as much as possible. Also, speaking on entrances, let's go into Creation Suite in a minute. Advanced Entrances is back. That is official. So you guys, we've talked about this. It's going to be the same as 2K19, 2K20. That's pretty much how the menu looks. That's how you can set up the lighting, the pyro, the this, the music, the motions, the whatever, and save it, right? And you can see it right there on the screen. It looks amazing. So yes, yeah, right, and it'll have his WrestleMania audio too, which is going to be cool. I hope they have special entrances for WrestleMania. Yes, we were just talking about that, Brandon. So Cody Rhodes has a special entrance for WrestleMania. Roman does too. Sammy and a few others. There's a lot of people. I think almost everybody has a different entrance supposedly for WrestleMania in certain pay-per-views. So I'm going to be using WrestleMania 28 a lot, right? Great match here between Dragunov and Santos. I'm surprised these two actually shaking hands here. Right, yeah, and the pyro's going to be cool too. So, yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff with entrances. But Advanced Entrance Creator is back, which is something that we've been asking for all of last year. We were kind of bummed that they took that out, but I get it. They had to build it from the ground up after Ukes left in 2K20. So they didn't really know how to do it, so they had to, like, really take time to build it. So, you know, if we had to wait 3 years to get it back after 2K20, okay, fine. That's, you know, whatever. I'm okay with that. I'm glad it's back, though. Right? Yeah, you can update Cody's pyro, so you can, like, add a shit ton of pyro using advanced entrances, which I think is going to be really cool. You want create a story? Create a story would be cool, but if you think about it, that's kind of what we're getting. We're getting nitpick pieces of that in universe mode. Because the fact that now we can control the storylines and kind of create kind of our own little stories that play out over time. In a way, Brandon, that's kind of what we're getting, dude. We're getting there, but we're not there, if that makes sense. So we're getting pieces of it. And that's cool. I'm glad that they added that stuff to universe mode. Oh, wait a minute. The Rock waiting on Hardy. But I have a feeling after Survivor Series, it might not be Hardy that's going to be coming out here. Right, Roxanne Perez. Yeah, we'll talk. Well, I don't want to talk about that because that was on. That was last night, and I did watch NXT finally today, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't yet. So we'll wait a little bit to talk about NXT. I would like promos to return. Right, promos are not going to return. That is the thing, and I said that earlier, but I said that earlier today. So promos aren't back. And we're getting a 5th match between these guys. And it's official. There's the bell. It was supposed to be Hardy and The Rock. It's going to be Roman. Roman just doesn't learn. He's lost to The Rock 4 times already, including Monday night at Survivor Series. He just doesn't get the hint. He is no longer the head of the table. He will never be The Rock. But anyway, is this a way to change the kick out for 2K23? I'm believing there is, and I know what you're talking about because there is a new pin combo system, or a pin system for 2K23, which is going to be kind of to get used to. I think in certain modes, though, I don't know if you can change it. I think like in my faction, you can't change it. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'll check into that. But yeah, I'm really hoping that you can just go into options and just change it back to the tap, 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 or like just like me, I have a hard time playing sometimes because of my hands. So I like to have the option where I can just hold the button down and then you'll see it just like slowly build up and then kick out. That's why sometimes I lose matches and sometimes I win when I do play because of that stuff. What about Naomi? I don't know if Naomi's still in. Again, I don't know about her. Obviously, I'm pretty sure Sasha got taken out. I would assume Naomi got taken out, but knowing how she technically is still under contract, I don't know. Or at least she was under contract. I don't think she's under contract anymore, but she was. So I don't know. I don't know about that. But with Mandy, like I said, I believe Mandy's probably going to be in there because, again, she didn't get fired until December 13th last year. So the cutoff time for the game for anybody to be added or taken out, unless they really, really wanted to spend all that extra time doing crap, was the end of November. So after Survivor Series. That's why War Games Survivor Series made it into the game, because Triple H had made sure that they already knew about it way ahead of time. Because at first we were just going to get NXT War Games Arena, but then once they found out that WWE was going to do Survivor Series War Games, they're like, oh, okay, cool, so we can add that in. So again, that's why we get 3 different War Games arenas. Again, the 3rd one you have to unlock in my rise, but yeah. I hope they also improve the managers to get a little more involved. Yeah, the AI, a lot of people have said this. So Assemble and Phoenix Nitro and a lot of others that have played the game, they said you're going to see a lot of improvements, not only with managers acting the way they're supposed to, but the referees. And this makes sense because they totally rebuilt all of the referees from the ground up in 22 with the men. Well, this year they totally redid it again and built it so it's even better. So they act better, they interact better, they're not in the way all the time. They won't take forever to do pins. Like you'll see like in this one, sometimes they'll take forever to do a count out and certain thing. No, they're actually going to act the way they're supposed to. They're going to stay out of the way a lot more. And I have seen video gameplay, and every time I see the video gameplay, I do focus sometimes on the female or male referees in the game for 23, and you can actually attest that, yeah, they actually act the way they're supposed to. They stay out of the way, they move when they should, they're not, you know, causing any issues, and I think that's really cool. And I think managers will do the same. I think they'll do what they're supposed to do, you know. See, like this, like he's kind of acting like he's in the way. In 2K23, once that kick out happens, he would have backed out or just totally moved around Roman. You know, and like this, they're going to try to get down. They're going to, you know, be right where they're supposed to be a little bit more. Like, it's going to be a lot more realistic. And that is one aspect of the AI that I'm really looking forward to. The AI improvements, I think, are going to be... Now, granted, yeah, there's probably still going to be some bugs and glitches and whatever. But, you know, I'll take a little bit of that versus what we had in 2K20. So, there you go, I was on that. The best thing that 2K23 did is the Bloodline. Yeah, the Bloodline stuff looks really cool. Like I said, I'm really waiting to see that. Adrian says, I'm hoping we get to go back to like how it used to be in 19 where you can customize everything in the way you want it. Basically, you can. I mean, if I get what you're saying, yeah, you can customize almost everything in like in universe mode and stuff. And also, I really hope, and I haven't seen this yet because obviously nobody's created an arena yet, but I really hope that when you create an arena, this doesn't happen. I really want the crowd to move the way they're supposed to move. So that is one thing I haven't seen yet, but I'm really hoping that and this only happens in created arenas. This doesn't happen to any of the in-game arenas or the preset arenas that come with the game. So I don't know about 2K23 with custom arenas. That is something I definitely want to see. I can't wait to see a lot of botch spots. Yeah, there's probably gonna be a few of those here and there, but you know, that also makes it kind of fun to play and watch. I mean, you know, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Every game has its glitches and whatever. It's at least it's playable. That's the main thing. As long as it's playable and it's fun, you know, I'll take the little glitches here and there. Because at the end of the day, I know it's not real. I know it's a video game, so it is what it is. As long as I'm having fun, I could care less. And your entrance and theme song. Oh, the entrance and theme song? Oh, I see what you're talking about. So customize everything to the way you want it, your entrance and theme song. Yes, you can, Adrian. That's what I said. Advanced entrances is back. So you're going to be able to change the entrance the way you want it. You're going to be able to change the theme song. It's like halfway down the ring. And The Rock screws Roman again. Okay, so you saw how the referee didn't even pay attention to Roman's arm. They said in 2K23 the referee is going to logically try to pay attention a lot more to that stuff. And if you do a blatant disqualification, he's not just going to overlook it. The referee is literally going to call you on that, like, boom, right there. The countouts, all that stuff. Like, it's supposed to be a lot better improved with the referees. So we've covered a lot of stuff tonight, guys. Head of the table, my ass, right? That's 5 times in a row The Rock has whooped his ass. 5 times. In my universe, dude. He has not won a match against The Rock at all. This entire rivalry has been all Rock. Like, it is insane. The dude loses his titles. He loses 1 to Big E, 1 to Bobby, and then he's in a rivalry with his own cousin and gets his ass whooped 5 times. Roman has not been doing good right now in my universe since after we did the drafts. And I think it's funny. All right, still to come, we got McIntyre and Rhodes. We got Big E and Nakamura. So let's do McIntyre and Rhodes, shall we? Roman is overrated. Enough said. Hey, Zerk, how's it going, buddy? Yeah, dude, we've talked a lot about 23 tonight. We still got a lot more to talk about as we go through this. So, I talked about... The only thing I haven't talked about much is Creation Suite when it comes to, like, characters. We can talk about that, which is, you know, that's fine. Because there's a lot of stuff about that that's really cool. Or we can talk about GM mode. There's some cool stuff in GM mode this year. So whatever you guys want to do. Again, we've already discussed War Games is in Universe mode. Yeah. I know Goddess was going back and forth with me last night about that on stream, and I finally looked it up today, and they announced it. Phoenix, Nitro, and Assemble said flat out, yes, Universe mode does include War Games. I figured as much, because the only thing you can't do is tournaments, okay? You can't do a tournament in Universe mode. You know, whatever. But every other match type you can think of, custom match, whatever, you can do in Universe mode. It's just if you play War Games, it's only going to take place in the War Games arenas. And there's 3 of them. So, there's 3 different ones. I wish they would bring all the WCW arenas back. Right? That would be kind of cool. I know they're bringing in one of them. Like the Monday Nitro, the old school Monday Nitro. And I know they're bringing in, what is it? Halloween Havoc, but I get what you're saying. There are some that I would like to see, like the last arena they had for Nitro would be cool. But I don't know. Maybe it's something in my rise. Maybe it's I don't know. Maybe it's something hidden that we don't know about. That is a good possibility. Bring back Thunder would be cool. Yeah, Thunder would be cool. Please hang it up and just stop trying. You can't beat him. Fuck off already. Right, exactly. Roman needs to quit. He can't beat The Rock. Exactly. That's basically what's happening in my universe. It's kind of funny. And what's funny about this, okay, so Monday night, you guys saw in the main event, McIntyre and Cody were on the same team for Team Raw at Survivor Series. Tonight, they go against each other one-on-one. Very interesting to see what's going to happen here. Again, I don't set up the universe. I don't change anything. The only thing I set up was, obviously, we drafted superstars to different shows. We added different belts and different arenas and whatever, and alternate attires and all that stuff. Other than that, the actual like gameplay itself, unless I play certain matches, the AI does everything on this series. And so I never know what the hell is going to happen. I don't know who's going to fight who. I don't know what to expect, and I like that that quality, and so that's why I'm going to continue to do that, and I like it. My question is, I hope to fix the clipping belts to the jacket. I haven't seen any clippings like that when it comes to titles per se. I have seen, however, and again, remember, the footage I have seen is not the final build of the game, so I got to take it with a grain of salt. But, for instance, Cody's entrance, his jacket clips through the ring rope a lot. So, and I noticed it a few times with, like, I think, what was it? There's somebody else I saw it did that. Oh, Charlotte Flair with her robe. Like, it looks kind of wonky when it does everything. But again, it's not the final build of the game, so, you know. And honestly, some of the clippings aren't that noticeable, so I'm not really going to nitpick about little things like that. But I get what you're saying. Hey, Daryl, how's it going, buddy? Welcome in. Glad you could make it in tonight. Okay, so, I don't know, I guess since we've been talking a lot about creations, I guess let's do that, and then we'll head into GM mode, and then that's pretty much ends our talk about 2K 23, basically, until the next stream when I can talk about Universe, because I don't know a whole lot, but like, I do know some of what we've already discussed. My main concern was, as long as it's playable and the fact that War Games is there, those were my main gripes. I wanted cutscenes back, and I wanted to be able to create my own cutscenes. Yes, we got that. We got War Games. Now if it's just playable, I'm sold. I'm good. Okay? The only thing that I would add to Universe, and this is just me, and I don't know if they've done this because nobody's confirmed it yet, is, say in Universe mode I set up tag teams and factions, right? And I want to use them outside of Universe mode. I don't want to have to go outside of Universe mode into options and create those same tag teams and whatever. I would be nice if I could import and export that stuff from Universe, but knowing my luck, it's probably not going to happen. Wishful thinking, but we'll see what happens. That's my biggest thing I wish that they could fix. That Cody kind of rough. Yeah, you know what? That's a lot better than the one I had. The one I had was worse. Honestly, that's one of the better ones. It's not like the most downloaded, because the most downloaded one, no offense, that's the one I had before, and actually it kind of sucks. I mean, this one's not bad for what it is. There's kind of better ones out there. Well, maybe, I don't know. I've tried, dude, but I couldn't really find any good ones, and if I did, I couldn't download them because of the freaking logo limit. So you guys got to remember, that takes up a lot of problems too. But to be honest, this Cody's not that bad. I mean, it's really not. I've seen a lot worse, I will say that. Oh, wait a minute. Whose music is this? What the? Well, somebody's supposed to be coming, but I hear music. I don't see anybody. I'm trying to figure out whose music this is, actually. Can't really hear it. Let me turn it up. Oh, my God, it's Sheamus. This makes sense, actually, because, believe it or not, Cody was taking on Sheamus back on SmackDown when Jey Uso cashed in his Money in the Bank on Sheamus, but he beat Cody to win the Universal Championship before Big E took it, or before Bobby Lashley took it. So this actually makes sense. I'm surprised the game did this, but this actually makes sense to have Sheamus come out and beat Cody, because they were already rivals before, so now they just kind of rekindled that. That's cool. Honestly, I did not even know that was going to happen. So that's kind of cool. And thank you, Zerk. Yeah, it is a matter of opinion. Agree. Like I say, I'm happy with this Cody. Obviously, I'll be happy when we get the new game. I won't have to get it downloaded to Cody, but, whatever. If you live Friday night, I'm not going to be here because I'm going to be in a movie theater to see Creed 3 and Scream 6. Ooh, nice. No, normally Fridays, depending on what's going on, I don't know yet. Normally Fridays and Saturdays, I don't stream. Those evenings. Now, when 2K23 comes out, that might change. So instead of evenings, I'll try to just maybe stream a little bit, like an hour or two, like earlier in the day or earlier in the afternoon. Because those are days I usually spend time with like friends and family playing like board games and hanging out by the fire and, just kind of having a good old time, maybe drinking a few beers, whatever. Now, I don't really drink, so honestly, for me, it would just be like Pepsi or soda and having dinner. Whatever. We'll play like Cards Against Humanity and stuff like that. It's a way for us to stay off social media for a couple days and just kind of take a mental break, And so by doing that, I don't record on those days. So that way I can kind of refresh my batteries those evenings. And catch up on shows and catch up on movies, all kinds of cool stuff. But I might change that up once 2K23 comes out. Like I said, I'll probably just maybe stream a little earlier during the day, so that way at night I can still do what I need to do, but still give you guys some great content. So we'll try it. If it works, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. Again, I am going to state, though, April 6th, 7th, I will not be streaming. So that Thursday, Friday in April, right after WrestleMania, I'm not streaming. Why? Because I will be gone Thursday night, headed to my uncle's, because that Friday night, SmackDown, I'm going to SmackDown. I will be at SmackDown Live the week of after WrestleMania. So the first SmackDown after Mania, I will be there in the audience. So I will not be streaming that night. I will actually be live at SmackDown. So you probably won't see me, though, because I'll be sitting up in the stands a little bit behind the announce table, because those are the only tickets I could get at the time. I still got some pretty good seats. I'll take pictures and videos as much as I can and stuff. I'll post it on Facebook, and I don't know, maybe I'll post some of it on Twitter too, so if you guys follow me there. And if I can, wish I could upload it to YouTube, but my phone doesn't do that anymore. You gotta have 1,000 subscribers to upload from your phone now. So And we're only at 646. So unfortunately, until we get 1,000 subs, I can't do that. In May, I'll be on vacation in like the middle of it. No, that's cool, man. Like I say, I don't require anybody to show up to shows and stuff. So you guys are all good. You guys got lives just like I do. So you know, I don't expect you guys to show up. You guys don't expect me to stream every night. So there you go. It goes both ways. All right, Drew McIntyre beats Cody. To see you in the crowd, I'll look for you. Yeah, I'm not sure. I will have a wrestling shirt. I'm not sure which one yet. It depends on who's going to be on SmackDown. I'm leaning more towards wearing one of my 2 Rhea Ripley shirts. Simply because I have this gut feeling that she's going to beat the crap out of Charlotte at WrestleMania and become SmackDown Women's Champion. So I'm really hoping that does happen. Hey, Travis, how's it going? Welcome in tonight, Travis Mages. Almost said Malone. My bad. Hope you're having a great week. Dude, I am, man. We've been talking like crazy about 2K23 tonight. We went over everything except for a little bit of Creation Suite and GM mode, which now we'll go ahead and get into. So let's do Creation Suite first. So obviously, you guys know in this game, when you go into Creation Suite, you go to create a character, you know how it has that crappy background and it looks like you're backstage, right? And so it kind of like messes with the lighting and the, you know, your model of your character. It's like very distracting, right? Charlotte needs to go away, right? No, I agree with you. I've never been a fan of Charlotte, really. I mean, I kind of was when she was in NXT, but then it just kind of got stale for me, and that's just me. You know, I'll root for her if she's doing something good, you know, for like Survivor Series or something, you know, for a team. But her personally, I'm not a fan. It's just me. Speaking of Sami, here's Sami Zayn. He's pissed off. He lost the opportunity at the belt at Survivor Series to Big E, because you guys had me play as Big E instead of Sami. So now Sami wants another shot at the world title. We're supposed to have Big E versus Nakamura in the main event, and it looks like our main event's going to get thrown out. Yep, we're not even going to get a main event. We're going to get Sami beating up on Big E here. Hey, TD Coco, what's up? Charlotte needs to go away and never come back. Not necessarily never come back. She just needs to go away for a while and kind of let other people have the spotlight for a while again. That's just me. And every time she comes back, she gets the title like right off the bat. I don't really agree with that. I think she should have to earn it. You shouldn't just get a title shot just because your last name is Flair or whatever, you know, like. That makes me mad. Then Sami can sneak in and take advantage without having endangered himself. Oh, hold up. All right, Sami, not gonna lie, they need to split the titles back. Yeah, they will. They will soon. That is something they're wanting to do. Exactly, Joker. Just drop off the face of the planet and figure out her own gimmick. Oh, wait, Joker's here? I'm sorry, Joker. If you are here, I did not. I'm so sorry. Welcome in. Charlotte Flair needs to go with AEW with her husband. Yeah, the problem is they're not even using Andrade. So for her to go there would just be kind of a waste of space. Unless they treat her like they do Britt Baker and they kiss her ass in every move she makes. But anyway. I don't know if that message will go through or not. It probably won't. I'll have to fix it later. Okay, hint, hint, WWE might get Brian Cage, right? That would be nice. If so, they gotta bring his wife. Just saying. You bring in Brian Cage, you better bring in Melissa Santos, because damn. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so back to what we were talking about with Creation Suite. Again, this match, yeah, see, this match got thrown out, so we don't get a main event for Raw. That sucks, but it is what it is. But we'll head over to NXT here in just a moment, but these two definitely far from done with each other when it comes to that World Heavyweight title here on Raw. All right. So with Creation Suite, again, we were talking about the background thing. So in the new game, your background during Creation Suite is all gray. So you'll see the shadows on the wall of your character. You'll see the lighting is better. All kinds of cool stuff. So Creation Suite's going to be really cool. WWE want Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Well, they had Alex Shelley once with when he was in NXT for a couple episodes with Kushida as the Time Splitters. But I actually wish they would get Kushida back, to be honest. But that's just me. Alright, let's go to NXT. I'm not even going to look at the card yet. We'll do that in a minute. So this is NXT. Here's some of the people that you're going to see on NXT. So that's why I did the intro videos like this. I will show you guys how to make entrance videos like this. It's very time consuming if you do it a certain way. I'll try to speed up the process in 2K23. But I will show you guys how to do that. And it's kind of a pain in the ass, but I can do it. What is the next pay-per-view on WWE Universe mode? Good question. We just had Survivor Series, so I believe it's TLC. I'll have to check that. So many new moves in 23. Yes, there's quite a few, for sure. WWE needs to bring back Loki. Yeah, Caws was okay, but yeah. Anyway, I'm getting off track here. So we were talking about Creation Suite. After Survivor Series is usually TLC. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. I might have an NXT takeover though before that, because I did put in a couple of extra takeovers. Right, over 100 new moves. Oh yeah, there's at least I think there's like 400 to 500 new moves or something like that. Somebody was saying it'll be cool. All right, let's take a look at this lineup real quick before I start talking any more about 2K23. Odyssey Jones, Cesaro. They might have took out Fastlane, but they might have had the creation parts for it. That's what I'm thinking. All right, you got Yulissa Leone, Valentina Ferraz, former tag champions taking on Caden Carter and Casey Catanzaro. Wesley versus Dominic. Ooh. That's funny. This is happening in real life on TV. Well, it did. And now it's happening in my universe. Interesting. My Rise is okay in 2K20. Dude, no. My Rise is amazing. That's just me. And a lot of others are probably going to agree with me. Some might not, but that's fine. That's their opinion. But I'm telling you right now, that 2K23 My Rise looks great. I think the more we invest into that, the better it will get through time. Anyway, Wesley, Dominic, we got Lyra Valkyra teaming up with arch rival Becky Lynch to take on the former European champion Toni Storm. Hey, we finally get the debut of Lola Vice. Some of you might not know who that is. She's an NXT. She's a former MMA star known as Valeria Loretta. But yeah, Lola Vice. Sweet! Sonya Deville taking on Stacy. Interesting. I wonder if Mandy's going to show up there in that one. Murphy versus Quincy Elliott. Okay. Ziggler versus Cardona. Ooh. That could be a really good match. Kane takes on a kid. Or a kid. I always say a kid. He takes on a kid. It's actually it's Axiom without his mask. But anyway. And Songa and Elton Prince in our main event. Whatever. Alright. Since I keep talking, it's going to be really hard for me to play. So I will play some of these here in a little bit, but let's go ahead and we'll just watch this one. Odyssey Jones and Cesaro. Do you hear about Sonya Deville's arrest? Yes, I talked about that a few nights ago, Blake, but yeah, that was very unfortunate. Honestly, though, it's not her fault, and I really hope that case gets thrown out of court for Sonya, because she does have a permit to carry. Unfortunately, it is only in Florida. It is not in the state of New Jersey, because she went home to visit in New Jersey. She was at a restaurant. The chauffeur parked her car and, unbeknownst to her, decided to ruffle through her car and through her glove box and found the gun. Now, I'm sorry, but if you're a chauffeur or a valet, you should not be rummaging through your client's car. You should park the car, lock the car, and hang on to the keys, and then when the customer comes out, you give them the keys, or you bring the car to them, and blah, blah, blah. You do not play with their crap. That's what he did. Technically, that's a violation of his job. I hope he got fired, and I hope that he gets in trouble for messing with somebody's stuff. You know, that's dumb. So, that's why she got arrested, for having possession of a weapon that was sealed, No bullets. It was sealed. It wasn't loaded, anything. And it was in her glove box. And she has a permit for it. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a permit in the state of New Jersey for it. But that shouldn't make the difference, in my opinion, because it's not like she was intended to use it. You know what I mean? Anyway, dumb story. I hope that they get that fixed. Yeah, definitely dumb. But yeah, I really think that she should actually sue the valet company because that's a violation of client privacy. So that's just me. Alright, here comes Odyssey Jones. My Rise is called the Legacy for women, and for men it's called the Lock. Yes, it is. That's not a bad thing. That gives you a little idea of what your characters are going to be. So the Legacy means you're going to play as, you know, a second generation female character. The Lock means that you're going to try to play as a nobody and try to work your way up and become famous like The Rock and whatever. That's basically what those stories are going to be, in a way. You got one that you're a second generation female. You got one where you're blah, 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 you know? And it's just, that's just how it is. I think it'll be fun. Don't knock it till we try it, guys. That's just me. I'm excited for it, so. But to be honest, why did she leave it in her car to start with? That was also on her. Well, I mean, she knows she legally can't carry it in the state of New Jersey on her person. You see what I mean? If you have a license to carry, that means you carry it on you. But in the state of New Jersey, she doesn't have a license. But because she was traveling and she was just visiting, she left it in the glove box. Legally, I don't see where she could get in trouble for that. But I don't know. I'm not a legal person. I don't know all the laws. But again, I think that's just really stupid. Anyway, moving on from that story, back to the creation stuff real quick. So we're getting new hairstyles, we're getting new beards, we're getting new clothes, we're getting all kinds of new stuff, right? So somebody had pointed out, and I've seen this, Pat McAfee might not be in the game, but his images are. And what I mean by that is there is a shirt in Creation Suite that clearly shows his full body and his face, and it says like "Let's go" or McAfee, and then you've got a lot of other Pat McAfee stuff. So I don't know, need more short hair. There probably will be once like certain DLCs and stuff come out, Rocco. So I wouldn't worry too much about that, buddy. I remember last year they added in a bunch of hairs from like My Rise and stuff. Remember they just like randomly showed up in a patch. I expect them to probably do something like that again. I mean, don't hold your breath, but I'm hoping they do that. You know, and maybe what you saw for the short hairs wasn't everything. We don't know. Remember, that's not what you've seen. Rocco is not the final build. So the Fiend mask is not up in the game. No, and it shouldn't be because he hasn't been the Fiend since 2K20, and he's not going to be the Fiend. Why would they put the Fiend stuff in there? You see what I'm saying? He has nothing to do with the Fiend. Now, again, here's the thing, Joker. That could change when Bray Wyatt's DLC comes out. We don't know what all is going to be patched in or could be potentially added with that stuff from DLC in July. So we'll have to wait and see. Cesaro should go back to WWE. Yeah, it would be cool, but at the same time, you know, he's actually not doing too bad in AEW Ring of Honor. At least he's, you know, still his name is still known. People know who he is. But hell, I carry all the time. Exactly, Zerk. But see, you have a license for it in state of Oregon, right? But say, for instance, you were to go to a different state, you wouldn't be able to, correct? I'm not sure how that works. Again, I don't legally own any guns. And I can't show you the one I do have on camera because just in case somebody, you know, YouTube acts like a dipshit and says, "Oh, he's got a gun," you know, whatever. Because I do have one, but it's a pellet gun. It's not gonna. It's for like shooting cans and squirrels or, you know, birds or little tiny birds. All right, so you can carry it in Oregon, Washington, California. So see, if Zerk was to go anywhere else in the U.S. legally, he would have to have a permit for that state to carry it. Right, you got the whole West Coast covered. Exactly. But that mask is too good to not be in there day one. No, it doesn't bother me. That's true. I mean, you know, it's just a mask. don't get me wrong, it's a cool mask, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have other masks that we can use. So you know, you win some, you lose some, guys. We can't always have everything we want. It is what it is. It'll be fine. I carry my gun everywhere I go. Not me. My pellet gun's been sitting in my closet for probably over a year. I haven't even used it. I don't even have any. I got some pellets for it. I actually got to buy some more. I just haven't used it. It probably needs to be cleaned too. I haven't cleaned it in a long time. So it's probably gunked up a little bit. But and Odyssey Jones beats Cesaro. But again, that's Creation Suite. You know, there's a lot of cool stuff. There is going to be a weird version of Body Morph with the height and weight, which is going to be kind of cool. But you're not going to be able to, like, actually change, like... You're not going to individually... Okay, for instance, for women, and I'm saying this to make it simply sound simple for you guys. So basically, you can change the height and weight and whatever, but there is going to be already preset models for, like, the bodies that you have to choose from, like we had in 22. You're not going to have free range to change everything like you did in 19, okay? So keep that in mind. So if you select a certain body type, you're going to have to look at the entire body type for, like, say, for women, for, like, their boobs, their butt, whatever, their stomach, their abs, ribs, arms, legs, whatever. Like, you're going to have to look at them as the whole person and not just those individual, like, arms, legs, stomach, neck, whatever. So that concept is still going to be the same as 22. Watch this one. Yeah, we're going to watch this one. I stay in Florida. You can carry the gun everywhere. Right? Well, that's what, same as Sonya. You know, she can, state of Florida, she can go anywhere she wants. You know, she went home. She drove home to New Jersey, and you know, there you go. Anyway, moving on from that, we've got this match. Former NXT Tag Team Women's Champions Alyssa Leon, Valentina Feroz taking on Kayden Carter and Katana Chance. It's tag team action next, only on NXT. So yeah, like I said, Creation Suites looks really cool. I like the fact that the created characters will look as good as the in-game models. Like, they're going to be on par with the in-game models when it comes to lighting, the hair, the makeup, the skin tone, the face textures, the tattoo work. Like, if you do all this stuff correctly, which shouldn't be hard to do, all your characters will look like they already belong in the game. Like, that blows... Because I've seen a comparison, okay? I've seen a side-by-side shot of a girl in 23 and the same character made in 22. You will see a massive difference in the way that they look. The hair looks better, the face looks better, the clothes look amazing. Like, honestly, I literally thought when I was looking at the 23 model, I'm sitting there going, holy crap, it's like, is that person like a character in My Rise that you unlock or something? Like, that's what I thought when I first saw it. I was like, wait, no, that's a Caws. Like, oh my god, that's amazing. Oh, these guys were former champ. I forgot they actually won them back. That's right. My bad. Yeah, they got the titles back. So they are two-time NXT Women's Champions. My bad. She is stupid knowing that she would get arrested. Well, she might have known. She might not have known. She might have forgot, too. She might have forgot that she had it in. I don't know, man. I don't know the whole story. I can't interview her. I don't know. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Do a show another ID of mine, so. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, Zerk, right? I forgot. Yeah, you being ex-military, yeah, you could technically just show your ID and your military ID, and then, yeah. That's the only thing about being military, whether it be ex or still in, is you can kind of get away with quite a lot. It's like a friend of mine who is Navy right now. He's out at sea right now until like September, but his driver's license expired like last month before he left, right? But he was still driving around, and he goes, that's okay, if I get pulled over, all I got to do is show him my military ID, and he goes, technically I'm fine, because technically, yeah, he would be. He still has military ID, and yeah, it's really cool that they can do that, but not really, because the dude shouldn't have snooped. New subject, exactly. All right, Casey Catanzaro and Kayden Carter. Or should I say Katana Chance and Casey and Kayden Carter. gonna be weird not calling her Casey and having to call her Katana Chance in the new game. It's gonna be weird. Right? Gotta love the military ID. I know my brother has one, and he's like, oh, dude, yeah. He's like, if I really wanted to, I could totally just not renew my driver's license and just drive around with a military ID and for as long as I want. I'm like, yeah, but you probably shouldn't do that. He's like, yeah, I know. But I'm like, the fact that you could do that is hilarious. But I think after a while they'd be like, nah, dude, you actually got to get a state ID. But you might join the military. Oh, well, if you do, good luck. And, you know,
let me take this opportunity
more power to you. It's not, I wouldn't say it wouldn't be my cup of tea, but it's just something that I was not physically or emotionally stable enough to do, if that makes sense. I'm not, it's not something that unfortunately I could join. My brother did. He barely made it because he does have medical issues. We found out later on. But me, I already knew I had stuff that limited me to where I couldn't do it. So, and I couldn't pass the ASVAB test. I tried. I failed miserably with like math and something else. I was good at the reading. I was good at comprehension. I was good at, you know, everything but the math, and I think it was a little bit of the English or something. There was something. I know math was definitely a big one that fucked me up. But anyway, moving on. Here we go. We got Caden Carter in the ring going against Valentina Feroz here.
Straining those muscles.
This would be an amazing. Oh, look at this.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, I've heard that if you're older than like 22 or 23, it's probably not the best idea to join right now. But that's just me. Also, in my opinion, I wouldn't want to join right now because from what I'm hearing from insider sources, there's a possibility we could be going to a certain type of war here soon with some countries. So I can't talk about it because I'm just legally I'm not allowed to. But there are certain things that I believe at some point will happen. But anyway, enough about that because that brings up politics. And again, I told you guys we don't really normally talk about religion, politics here, or anything like that. So let's move on from that. Let's go back to 2K23 and talk about that. So we talked about Creation Suite, a lot of cool stuff coming in there. So the only mode I haven't talked to you guys about yet is right. Yeah, just don't try. Exactly. The only thing we haven't talked about is GM mode. So GM mode, I'm actually looking forward to it. I thought I was going to look forward to it in 22, and yeah, I played it a little bit, and it was all right, but it was like, it could have been better, right? 23, big step up. For one reason. More match types, more matches. The fact that the more titles are added, like North American Championship, United States Intercontinental, that'll bring in some cool stuff. The drafts are going to be a lot different now as well. Like, you're never going to get, obviously, the same drafts, which we had that in 22. You're not going to get the same draft pool every time. Unless you do a custom draft pool, and then, you know, there's a possibility you could get the same people drafted every show. But what's cool about that is, so there's more than, what was it, in 22 you had, what, Shane, Stephanie, Adam, Pierce, Sonya Deville, and a custom superstar, right? Like, you only had like 5. In this game, in 23, you get Adam, Sonya, Stephanie, and Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, Eric Bischoff, a custom character, Tyler Breeze, and Xavier Woods. So that's like 9. That's like 9 different GMs that you can use. That's insane. And you can also, there's a backstage interaction where you get through the yeah, we talked about that earlier, TD Coco, but yes, backstage brawls have improved. There's going to be a lot more interactions with weapons and certain scenarios where you can like slam people through a car window and, you know, slam their head into into the trunk or into the hood of the car, and certain other cool things. You can throw people off through a giant light set up backstage. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff with that. But yeah, so in GM mode, so if you choose, each individual general manager is going to have its own ability. And the one that really intrigues me about general manager mode is if you choose to play as Xavier Woods, at any given time, you get the option of using it one time, but you can have what they call the cheat code. So if you do this right, you can choose another rival's top star or any star you want off their roster, steal it from them without having to pay for it, add it to your roster, and they become a part of your roster in GM mode for up to a year, and the other guys can't do anything about it. So for instance, if they have Brock Lesnar as their world champion on SmackDown and you're on Raw, and you're general manager Xavier Woods, and you're like, it's getting close to Mania or the week before WrestleMania, and you know that Lesnar is going to be in the main event, you know it's going to be a good match, right? If you wait that long in general manager mode, you pull that card, you use that ability, you will steal Brock Lesnar from SmackDown, and you can add him to Monday Night Raw. You go into WrestleMania, you use Brock Lesnar, guess what? You're going to get all that momentum, you're going to get all that money and all those viewers, and your match is going to be like 4 or 5 stars probably. Whereas that's really going to hinder the other show. So it's cool things like that. And each show you choose also means different things too. So you got to really contemplate, which general manager you really want to use and which show you want to run, because you can run Raw, SmackDown, NXT Current, NXT 2.0, I believe NXT UK, and WCW. I don't know about custom shows, but probably not. That'd be cool if it is. They haven't talked about that and it wasn't shown off, but if you could, that'd be really cool. So, really looking forward about that. The only gripe overall with the entire game, and they could fix this at some point, is the female referees all have the same skin tone, but the suits are different. So even the Japanese referee, and I thought this was funny, is a white person. Which, there's nothing wrong with that, but it clearly says Japanese, but she does not look Japanese. She's white. They also have, like, the African-American female character. She ain't African-American. She's white. And it's just like, they're all white, and they all got the same hairstyles. But, like, the clothes are different. And I'm sitting there going, okay, I really hope that that's a glitch, and they didn't fix it yet. Because, again, they've been playing, there was only one woman ref. No. So there's multiples, but there's only one model, I think is what you're saying. So there's only one model for each of the different styles of like t-shirts and stuff, which, fine, whatever. But it's like, if you clearly say that you have a Japanese referee, just like you do the male who's Japanese, you can clearly tell. So should be the female character. I'm hoping there's something maybe they fix or get patched in, but it's not a big thing. I'm happy that we get female referees, but it's like that is one little thing that I hope that they fix. Other than that, I think we're good. I think we're solid. Like I said, GM mode's good. You can only play up to 4 people in matches in general manager mode. Also, you will only be able to do up to 4 people type matches, so tag teams, fatal 4-ways. You can't do fatal 5-ways. You can't do 6-man, 8-man. You can't do rumbles. You can't do war games in general manager mode. You can't do elimination chamber, money in the bank, stuff like that, right? Okay. But match types though, they did add in last man standing, submission, Hell in a Cell, Iron Man, steel cage, tag team, I believe mixed tag, and stuff like that. And again, more titles in my GM. So, and my GM, after you finish a year of it, you don't have to restart. The years just keep going. The calendar just keeps going. You won't have to. So you can play GM mode for years and years and years and years. And unless you decide to restart it from scratch, you won't have to do the draft again. But, however, after you do the draft, and I don't know when or how many times during the year in GM mode this happens, but they added the Superstar Shakeup. And you have the option of turning that on or off. I'm going to leave it on because I'm curious to see how the Superstar shakeup is going to take place in GM mode. Spectate mode is back as well, but that is exclusive to GM mode, where you sit kind of like a fan or the general manager at ringside, and you're kind of just watching everything. You can control the camera cuts and all this really cool stuff. That's really cool. I used a little bit in GM mode this year for 22 at the beginning of the game. I'm going to do a lot more of that stuff in 23. So, as you know, in Survivor Series match, it's not 8-person match. It's only 6-person. Yeah, the traditional Survivor Series is supposed to be actually a 10-man, believe it or not. So the traditional Survivor Series is 5-on-5. Unfortunately, we don't have those yet, but you can still do. No, you can still do 4-on-4. Think about it. War Games is 4-on-4 or 3-on-3 in the game, so you're still going to be able to do Survivor Series 4-on-4, because we have it in this game. You guys saw it Monday night when I streamed Survivor Series. We had the 8-man tag team elimination matches, so you can still do Survivor Series 4-on-4 with 8 people. So actually, Joker, you're mistaken on that. No, you will still be able to do 8-man in Survivor Series.
Dijakovic set for competition, 6'7", 270. Dijakovic considers himself a 5-tool superstar in the physical embodiment of a lifetime's worth of struggle, discipline.
It is in my rise. They have it set up that way for some reason.
We see here today.
And ready to face off against him is the high-flying Wes Lee. Nothing seems like
incoming.
Oh, you can tell he's feeling it now. This fight is pumping him up.
Oh yeah, like I said, 8-person matches are still there, so Survivor Series can be played. Well, think about it. If you can do a 6-man elimination, you can do an 8-man elimination, it doesn't matter. You could have your Survivor Series be either one, guys. Think about that. I mean, it's, you know, I'm not worried about it. I'm pretty sure what I just said is correct, so I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm not saying you're right, but I'm pretty sure that you're fine. And it's like people were arguing with me yesterday, not necessarily Goddess, but other people were arguing with me that War Games is not in Universe mode. I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure it is, because anything in play mode, match-wise, you can do in Universe mode except tournaments. And I was right. They confirmed it today. War Games is in Universe mode. Tournaments is not, okay? Tournaments is still tournaments. That's fine. I don't care. I'm not like, I mean, I'm going to be doing some tournaments at some point, but it's not going to be one of those things that I do all the time. So I'm not too worried about it. Whereas War Games is something I'm probably going to use quite a bit for certain rivalries and, you know, have like a Survivor Series show and this and that. So anyway, so that's all I know about 2K23 at this current moment in time. Again, if I'm able to stream tomorrow night, whether it be TCW or whatever, I will try to talk to you guys more about Universe mode for the new game, because it will be announced throughout the day tomorrow. That's what the schedule is Universe mode. So today was my rise and my faction. Yesterday was Creation Suite and General Manager mode. So yeah. Tomorrow's Universe. And then heading into the weekend, I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be people playing all kinds of cool stuff. And then obviously Monday is when we get my hands on it, and we're going to do everything that we possibly can. We're going to have fun. Can't wait for tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, I'm really, I can't either, dude. I really want to see how the layout is for Universe mode. I hope it's going to be really, really cool. The other little thing that I guess we could hint on that I probably didn't talk about, and it has to do with tag teams and factions. So not only the legacy thing that I was talking, or the loyalty thing I was talking about, how like if you put them in certain matches, multi-person matches, they won't attack their teammates or faction mates. So to add to that, remember in 2K20 we had where if you created Zerk, I'm going to use this as a reference because Reaper Crew is like, what, 9-10 people, right? So if I set up Reaper Crew with 5 people, but I have another set of Reaper Crew that is just simply a 2-person team or a 3-person faction, right? I can do that. I can have 2... I can do that. But say for instance, War wants to be not necessarily the leader, but he's like the main person in the Reaper Crew as a faction, but he's also wants to be like the manager or tag team partner in a tag team. I can set that up to where he's in both. He can be up here in the menu in the faction, but he can also be down here in the menu, and you'll see it clearly as a tag team. They added that option. They took it out in 22, which I thought was dumb, but they added it back in 23. So say, for instance, the Bloodline. You have the Bloodline as a faction, but you have the Usos as a tag team, and you will still see the Usos show up in the Bloodline. But when they come out as a tag team, they're not going to come out saying, oh, we're the Bloodline. No, they're going to come out saying, no, we're the Usos. But if you put them in a 3-person match, then they will come out and say, no, we're the Bloodline. That's what I'm talking about. You can add characters to factions and tag team at the same time and it not affect anything. That's going to, or potentially you have a guy, take for instance Evolution and DX, right? You could have Triple H as the head of Evolution in one faction, but you've also got him here in another slot as the leader of DX. And you can do that, and you can get away. We did that in 20. They took it out in 22. It's back in 23. I think that's a cool thing. And that's going to be great for TCW. That's going to be great for my WWE Universe. Like, there's a lot of cool things that I can do with that. So, little hints and things like that I think are cool. Also, the fatigue. If you have fatigue on in the game, your characters throughout the match will get tired, and it will affect how the AI reacts. It'll affect how the character reacts. All kinds of cool stuff. So fatigue is definitely going to be a main thing you're going to have to watch out for. Again, you can turn that off, but I leave it on because if you want the realism, you leave it on. So if they get too tired, they're not going to be able to perform high-flying moves. They're not going to be able to perform some of their finishers and some other things, which I think is really cool. All right, Dominik Dijakovic with a dominant win over Wes Lee here. The NXT champion, Dominik Dijakovic, looking good tonight.
Here is your winner, Dominik Dijakovic.
He's been a dominant champion since beating Dolph Ziggler a few months ago here on the channel. He's been doing good, man.
This is the product of hard work and in-ring adaptability. He's got all the tools, and he put them to use tonight.
I think it's funny. Okay, so in the new game, he has his Dijak gear in his look, right? But in his technically his entrance trons and stuff are Dijak, even though it says T-bar. I really hope that maybe at some point they might, because they were able to update Sami Zayn's entrance video and his shirt and stuff like that, right? His new look before the game. And that was like 6 weeks ago that he had all that stuff. And they just updated it. So I'm really hoping that at some point maybe they can change T-Bar to Dijak. And I really, really hope they can change Piper Niven to Piper Niven instead of Dewdrop. But then comes the issue of, well, wait a minute. Dewdrop is in MyRise. So that means they would have to redo something, or code in MyRise to where her name says Piper instead of Dewdrop. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening. So some people I would love to see them update. Then there's others where it's like, okay, I kind of get why you couldn't update them because, it screws up other modes, for instance. But I'm getting my hands on it by March end only. So, Rocco, you'll be playing it the end of March, he said? Is that what I'm taking it? That's still pretty good, dude. And I hope that they fix this glitch. You saw where that image was upside down on that side of the arena? I really hope they fix that. Okay, cool. So that's cool. At least you'll have it. So until then, you can just watch me and others play it and be like, oh my god, I can't wait to do this, or you know, as you're watching it, you're like, I want to do this idea, or I want to do this, you know. That's gonna be cool. All right, so Lola Vice, there in the pink, making her NXT debut tonight on my show. And Lyra Valkyria now in a handicap situation as she takes on Lola and Toni Storm. Of course, Lyra Valkyria and Toni Storm have history over the European Women's title. And Becky, you know, tried to start this match. Lyra Valkyria tried to take over, and Becky's like, screw it, I'm out of here. I didn't want to team with you anyway. So now Lyra Valkyria caught in a handicap match situation. You're only 15 and getting 2K23 with your own money. Well, that's awesome, dude. That's cool. That's good. That's good when people can get stuff with their own money. You know, they don't have to have other people do it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but you know, like I said, that's cool. That's cool. And I did not know you were 15, but hey, still no problem with that. That's cool. I'm glad that I do have a few younger subscribers. I do want to reiterate, though, I apologize if I say anything that might piss somebody off or might offend somebody. I'm not here to do that. So if I say anything that might, like you're like, whoa, I can't believe he said that, or, you know, whatever. Just know that I'm an adult. I can kind of do what I want to an extent. Like, obviously, I stay within the legal boundaries of YouTube, but still. It's my channel. I'm going to do and say what I want to an extent. And my channel's not exactly PG all the time, so there you go. I never said that this is for kids, right? Exactly. It's all fun here. Exactly. Thank you, Zerk. That pretty much sums it up. All right, here we go. Lyra Valkyria, Toni Storm. Oh, nice springboard. We've had some pretty good matches tonight, both on Raw and so far here on NXT. I'm highly impressed with what the AI is doing tonight. Hello, Kyla. Welcome in. I know you got a late start to the show, but that's okay. Nah, I'm pissed. How could you call me old? Rocco. Dude, I'm old. Me being a Karen. No, you know what we're going to call that from now on? We're going to call that being a Chelsea Green. Because that's pretty much what her gimmick is. I think what it is because they got her team with Carmella, and they're slowly trying to turn Chelsea Green into like a Karen / hot mess, which is what her gimmick was in Impact Wrestling for the longest time, and on the independent scene. Oh my god, old, don't. Zerk, I know, you're a little bit older than me. Not by much, though. That just means that, you know, we're well-aged. We'll put it that way. So, Kyla, how you doing? You feeling any better? I know you were sick yesterday or the day before when I talked to you. Hopefully you're doing better. I have an allergic reaction, so I'm uncomfortable. What the hell did you get into? I was wondering what it was that you were having issues with. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better, whatever it is that you have, or you've gotten into, or might have touched, or whatever. Is it a food reaction, or like what's up with that? I mean, you don't have to go into detail. You can just say it's food or it's other. Like a beautiful bottle of wine. Exactly. Just like the other night, I remember, what was it, a couple nights ago, we were busting up laughing on the chat here. You guys might remember this. We're not going to talk too much about this, but there's that guy that came in and kept asking me my birthday, and then he kept asking like how old I was, because he did not believe that I was 33. He's like, you don't look 33. How could you be 33? And I'm like literally explaining it. Like, dude, I was born in 1990. Okay? It's 2023. That's 33 years. Duh. Like, I'm sorry, but my mind was just sitting there going, okay, here's your sign. Anyway, I'm allergic to hot tubs, so I have allergic folliculitis, which is also staph infection. Ooh. Ouch. I've heard of the folliculitis stuff because that technically, it's not contagious, right? It's an allergic reaction, right? So that's what I have, technically. It's a form of that. In other words, nobody else can catch it but me, and the more I itch, the more it spreads. And that I have that. I'll be the first. I usually don't talk about that stuff because it's very personal, but if anybody's ever wondering why I said I couldn't work before in real life, that's one of the reasons. I have it on my arms, so some of you might have seen it on camera, or if you know me personally. It is slowly getting cleared up, but it's not something that ever goes away, unfortunately. But I do have that on my arms, both sets of arms. I have it on my stomach, chest area, and every once in a while I have it on my legs. And it itches like a motherfucker. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it mostly comes on in high times of stress, extreme heat. So like if I sweat, my skin will itch. So I can't be out in the sunlight very long, or like hot temperatures. It really sucks. Yeah, it can be contagious, but yours is just allergic reaction. But folliculitis is kind of, yeah, it's like a form of staph infection. But for me, because there is many different forms of it, the dermatologist. So for me, it's not contagious to anybody but myself. And yeah, there's not necessarily a cure for it, but it can be controlled. And so I do what they call light box therapy, which I call it a giant tanning booth. Yeah, all the bumps are so uncomfortable. Yes, exactly. I don't really have the bumps necessarily, but I do have... Wow, she actually got that. That ended up being a handicap match, and she still won it. Damn! And she spoiled the debut of Lola Vice. That's funny. Oh, there's Becky. Yeah, Becky comes back like, oh, you can get the job done by yourself. So you didn't need the man to tag with you after all, did you? Which is true. She didn't. She did it by herself. She beat Toni Storm and Lola all by herself. But yeah, so I don't want to spend too much time on that stuff. But yeah, again, Kyle, I'm sorry you have that. I'm sorry that that is affecting you right now. But, yeah. You told Anthony I didn't get an allergic reaction and I started itching. I was like, oh, never mind. Yeah. That's like me. Like, sometimes even on stream. That's why you guys see when I stream. Yeah, change the subject. Yeah, we're going to change it here in a minute. But real quick, I just wanted to point out that is one reason why when I stream, you don't see a lot of me. You only see half of me, because that my self-esteem and my self-image of myself, I'm very subconscious about that. So one, I don't usually talk about it. But two, I try not to really make it look presentable on camera. Like, it took me a long time, honestly, when I first started this channel to even show my face on camera, because I just had, like, this bad image of myself, if that makes sense. But anyway, moving on, we've got Sonya Deville, and it's supposed to be Stacy Keibler, right? But obviously, you see it's Mandy Rose. So that means that something's going to happen, and Stacy will be replaced with Mandy Rose. And just to make sure there's no issues with that, because there might be, but we'll find out. Yep, definitely get some Benadryl for sure. That's the only thing I could possibly suggest. All right, so here comes Sonya. Boom, 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 boom. It's Sonya Deville.
From Chemung, New Jersey, Sonya.
Oh, here comes Mandy Rose. Yep, longest reigning NXT Women's Champion ever in my universe. Boom! I had to run for like a mile. So that's the other thing too, okay, with 2K22, like, they literally had this version of Mandy locked behind My Rise in a way, but What's the Status was able to get this actually What's the Status version. And these creation parts are actually supposed to be in 2K23, so, along with some of the newer stuff that she has. So, yeah, I highly assume that she is going to be in there. Pretty much stay bedridden tomorrow, right? Kind of what it sounds like, and I'm sorry to hear that. And like I say, I'm not worried about it right now, because you know I'm in no big hurry for anything, but at some point, like you said, we're going to have to figure out how to meet up so we can get that exchange done. And then obviously I'm still going to pay you more money in April. So, which will be good. Because then when I do that, then I only owe... Then I only owe 500? No, 550. I like think about that for a minute. Yeah, again, let's change the subject off the skin stuff for now. Again, I hope you do get better. Definitely take the Benadryl. I think that will help. Alright, so has this match actually officially even started? I don't even think it's really started. No, because, okay, that actually makes sense. Because technically Stacy was supposed to be in this, so the referee threw the match out because of what, man? Wow, she used my own move against me. Wow, okay, Sonya. I see how it is. Ooh. Damn you. Let's see if I can do this. Oh, I don't have it. Do I not? Nope, I don't have one. Damn it. I thought I had a finisher, but I don't have one yet. Okay. My mini U-Haul. No, I'll just load it all up in my car, and if anything, I'll just take it to my uncle's, and then if I have to, he said I could leave some of it at his house, and then he'll just bring it to my house when he comes up, like, after that, because he's going to have to come up every so often, because he also got 2K23 like I did, so he is going to have to, he's going to have to come up here to use my Wi-Fi, because he doesn't have internet, because he doesn't understand it very well, and he can't afford it, but he'll have to come up here, and I'll hook up his PlayStation and update for all the updates and DLC. So if I don't get all the stuff, you know, it has to leave some of it at his house, I'm okay with that. Hello, Wrestle Wars. Welcome in. All right, still to come on NXT, we got Murphy and Elliott, Ziggler and Cardona, Kane and A-Kid, Sanga and Elton. So we got Murphy and Elliott. You guys want me to play as one of these guys? Let me know. If not, we'll just watch it and go on from there. Murphy? Alright, anybody else? Anybody else going for Murphy, or anybody going for Quincy? If we get one more for Murphy, then I guess that's what we'll do. William says watch. Okay, so we got one for Murphy, one for watch. Russell Wars says Murphy. Okay, well that pretty much sums it up then. That's not bad. All right, we'll do Murphy. It'll be kind of funny though if you got a U-Haul just for that. Yeah, right? No, I can't do that. I can't even afford a U-Haul. Xerxes plays the ref. In other words, when you say ref, that means watch. I wish we could play as the ref though. That is something that they're trying to work on. I think now that they custom did all the female and male referees, is they have talked about hopefully in 2K24 to add in special referee. They're working. It's a work in progress, but it's something that I think that we're getting towards. And I hope that that does happen in 2K24. It won't happen in this game, the new one, but that's okay. Rocco said Murph as well. All right, thank you guys. I appreciate that.
And cruiserweight titles, but in the years since, lost direction until the Messiah made a huge difference in.
There's your former North American champion here in NXT. It's Buddy Murphy, or Buddy Matthews, as he goes by now.
These superstars to compete here on Thanksgiving.
Especially considering what this day has meant to this industry over the years. For decades, Thanksgiving was considered
what you have for dinner. I haven't had anything yet, to be honest. I have not had anything to eat since 2. So I will have to find something after I'm done streaming. Not sure what yet, but I'll find something.
And his opponent from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 300.
What are you whining about? Talking to my dog. What?
You know, this person takes pride in their
Bro, go eat. No, I will, guys. I'm gonna finish up NXT first. I do not eat while playing, guys, because if I eat while playing, I will fall asleep. I'm telling you that right now. So no. I will make sure Monday though, before I start streaming, that I eat really good. I'm gonna make sure I have some energy drinks and stuff like that, so we can stay up and just play the crap out of 2K23. So I'm gonna try to breeze through this match as quick as I can because my dogs have to go outside. and I already chose to play as a character, so I really don't want to switch it out right now. So I'll go ahead and play as this, and then the next match we'll let the computer play out. Yeah, right? I've never fallen asleep on stream, okay? I've came close, but I've never actually done it. I'm not going to bring up names, but however, I have had people actually fall asleep on other streams that I've watched, and I think that's kind of funny, but hey, it happens. You had Subway? Remember when I used to get you pizza all the time? Yes, and I appreciate that. I actually really enjoyed that. Thank you, by the way. Adrian says play as Murphy too. Alright, so that's what we're doing. So I'm going to try to breeze through this match, beat up Quincy Elliott, and then we'll set up the Ziggler versus Matt Cardona match. And I'll let you guys watch that while I take these pups out. So I'll try to hurry up and do this.
Unbelievable athleticism. Murphy has been considered an underdog top.
Taking flight.
What a splash.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of stuff tonight, Wrestle Wars. So if you go back tonight and even if you're just listening to what I say on commentary and stuff like you are now, definitely go back and watch, because there's a lot of stuff I talked about that has to do with 2K23, including talking about the My Rise male and female stuff. So, like I said, I just highly recommend anybody that's just now tuning in or that will be tuning in, definitely go back and watch the rest of the stream. Not only great matches from Raw and, of course, here on NXT tonight, but we have talked a lot about 2K23. You know, we talked about GMO Creation Suite, advanced entrances. We talked about all kinds of stuff. Like, it's absolutely insane. And we're going to have more to talk about here in the next day or so, because tomorrow they're going to talk a lot about Universe Mode. And so I'm going to write down and take notes and try to remember as much as I can so I can share with you guys when I go stream again. So you may not have fallen asleep during a match, but you've stopped streaming to buy wrestlers. That is true, but I didn't stop streaming technically. I just wasn't talking, if that makes sense. Which is kind of what I do when I have to take the dogs out. The game will still be playing, it will still be live, which I'm going to do here in a few minutes, but I have to take these guys out because they haven't been out in like 3 or 4 hours, so they're getting pretty antsy. So I'm going to try to win this match as quickly as I can here so they can go and do their business.
And the electricity of this moment is coursing through his veins. What a move.
He is just reeling from that offense.
At this stage of the match, kick to the gut by Murphy.
Here we go, Murphy's Law. Hopefully this will end it. Yep. There we go. There you have it. Murphy wins. I really hope that weight detection actually works in the new game. Like, Murphy should not have technically been able to pick up Quincy Elliott, but you know, it is what it is. Hopefully that stuff works a lot better, though.
This one was about as lopsided as they
We'll see. That's the one thing I'm actually curious about, too, is weight detection. Because it didn't really work that well in 22, so we'll have to wait and see what it does in the next one. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start the next match. We're going to let you guys watch the entrances and whatever. I'm going to go take care of these pups real quick, and I will be back. Okay, guys? So I'm going to mute my mic real quick, and we're going to set up Ziggler.
What a true treat for the NXT Universe.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 218 pounds, Dolph Ziggler.
And Dolph Ziggler has made it a point to change the culture within WWE, to eliminate complacency. And what better place to start than at NXT? Tremendous amateur background at Kent State University, former world champion. Corey, how do you think these superstars feel about competing here on Thanksgiving?
They should feel honored, Cole. As you know, Thanksgiving has a long-standing tradition of being one of the more prestigious nights on the sports entertainment calendar.
And his opponent from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 256 pounds, Matt Cardona.
Gentlemen, this has all the makings of an all-time classic match, and I fully expect it to deliver on that promise.
And guys, what a thrill it must be for these superstars to compete here on Thanksgiving.
Especially considering what this day has meant to this industry over the years. For decades, Thanksgiving was considered one of the biggest nights of sports entertainment. And that tradition continues here tonight.
Gentlemen, you are looking at a man who is sick of the doubters, sick of being questioned about his potential.
And I can't disagree with him. I expect tonight to be a night where he can silence the skeptics and prove to be the future of this company.
It will be a tall order, but the confidence he possesses could take him very far.
And for Dolph coming into this one, I think you need to strip away all the talk on social media, all the interviews. They're all just smoke screens. Trust me, Dolph's coming in with sinister thoughts.
Yeah, Ziggler has always been a master of diversion, always using out-of-the-ring tactics to distract his opponents from the vicious in-ring wrestling threat that he is. Foot DDT!
Snap there. And the rolling neck snap. Oh, running elbow drop on target. Oh, right to the kidneys. Golly. Elbow drop. No, that'll break his arm. Vicious. Oh, to the arm. Terrible.
Alright, so hopefully y'all can hear me. I am back. And here we go. We got Dolph Ziggler and Matt Cardona, a.k.a. Zack Ryder. And yes, Rocco, you're right. Dolph, the fashionable biker dude. And the guy who is posed by an owl. He always goes like, oh, it's supposed to be like an owl. He always goes, woo, woo, woo. Right? You know it. Right? And the husband of Chelsea Green. Lucky fucker. But anyway. But we are back, and here we go. You want Ziggler or the other dude to win?
Mitigated demonstration of power. No, that'll break his arm.
All right, Zerk, I got your message, by the way.
He's trying to intimidate his opponent one more time, but he's got it.
All right, here we go.
Okay, consider that a harsh lesson.
I meant to say possessed. Sorry, man. No, I know what you meant. Possessed, post, right? Yeah, right? He acts like an owl. Woo, woo, woo. But I like your take on it. Hoo, hoo, hoo. I like it. I knew what you meant, though. You're good. I like it. That's actually cracked me up a little bit. Like I said, I'm not worried about spelling because I honestly, I knew what you were talking about. So I'm just giving you crap. See, Ziggler here in my universe has been trying slowly to get back to another NXT title match and get that title back that got stolen from him in his eyes by Dijakovic. But he hasn't had the best win-loss record here recently. Matt Cardona, though, has won one, and he's lost one. So, he's 1-1 tonight. Let's see what he can do here against Ziggler. Oh, Matt Cardona. 1, 2. Oh.
I am in shock. What's it going to take to keep this guy down?
That was close. Real close. There it is, Rough Rider. Rough Rider from Matt Cardona. 1, 2. Oh, dude, that was close. Oh, man. No, we're not playing this game. I already took you guys outside. Stop. Sorry, guys. Lay down. Get up there. Ziggler is the better superstar for me. Oh, yeah, I understand that. Ziggler is still... That's weird. Your thing repeated itself, kind of. Must be a glitch. It happens. I was like, wait a minute. I've done that too, though, so don't feel bad. I did that on somebody else's stream the other day. Like, I went to say something, and for some reason, the damn thing repeated itself. Holy crap. Famouser on the floor by Dolph Ziggler. Damn. I like how he kicks him, and then he ends up in the barricade. That's kind of funny. Uh-oh, no, 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 no. Oh, barricade to the face of Matt Cardona here. Ziggler just taking his good old buddy Matt Cardona to school here. Apparently Ziggler's just mad because he thinks Cardona's going to steal the spotlight. It should have been me! It should be me who's married to Chelsea Green. Oh. In reality, I wish it was. But not Ziggler. Me. Anyway. Tornado DDT! Anyway, moving on. Matt Cardona's got the chin lock. Oh my god, he wins by a chin lock! What? Okay, whatever. That's fine. Matt Cardona wins by submission. Chelsea Green, let's go.
Impressive win for him here.
Oh wait, who the hell? It's Dijak. And now Dijak's gonna go after Cardona. Good God. But why would Dijak do that? Dijak has a rivalry with Ziggler. Why would he go after Cardona? I don't get that. That game was rigged, bro. Right, that's what I'm thinking. I didn't rig it, but you know what I mean? Like, I was kind of thinking that too. I was like, wait a minute. Ziggler still has no idea what the hell's going on here. It's Cardona and Dijak going at each other now. God, I hope the game doesn't glitch out. I haven't had a run-in thing like this in a while, so I'm hoping it doesn't mess up anything. We've had some weird cutscenes where all of a sudden it'll just mess up the game. So, but hopefully not. Hopefully it just goes to the next thing. Alright, we're going to let it save before I press any buttons. Okay, there we go. And I always exit out of the match, so that way, just in case it tries to fuck up on us, at least I know up to this point it will save it. So, oh my goodness. Alright, so we got 2 matches left. Kane and A-Kid, Songa and Elton. Alright, well, let's see what happens here. I actually kind of feel like playing as Kane. What do you guys think? Should I play as Kane? Play as A-Kid? Okay. You guys want... Who votes for me to play as A-Kid? I got Joker with 1. I don't mind either way, so... What do you guys think? Dijak is pissed because only he is supposed to beat Ziggler, right? Alright. I will actually try this. I'll go ahead and play as A-Kid and see... Alright, thank you, Rocco. Russell Ward says A or A kid. Okay. So yeah, let's see what happens here.
Evil has been unmasked. After a decade of destruction, the WWE Universe finally able to look into the eyes of fear itself.
The following contest is
Here he comes.
for one fall, making his way to the ring from the pits of hell. Weighing in at
I love how they actually say that he's from the pits of hell, because he's supposed to be from parts unknown.
What a terrifying presence.
But anyway,
This monstrous abomination.
I didn't even notice that till now. I was like, oh, okay, I didn't know they said that.
Once the deepest,
God, I hope his pyro actually works, because sometimes it doesn't work. Is Kane up in 2K? Yeah, there is a Kane. I believe it's this Kane, actually, that is up in 2K23. It's either this one or it's one with a mask. Anyway, there is a version of him up there, yes.
Here comes the ace of Spain.
and his opponent from Madrid, Spain, weighing in at 154 pounds,
Made his WWE debut at 22, won his first title at 24. He's got a bright future. Rarely the bigger man in the ring, but he will never stop fighting.
And more importantly, A-Kid has got the entire WWE Universe by his side.
And let me take this opportunity to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you watching tonight.
I gotta say,
That's funny, because they think it's Thanksgiving, so we're still in November in my universe.
Coming up is going to give me a little boost.
It's Saxton's commentary.
You look at Kane and you're looking at a tormented soul, a demon whose every attack is an assault on all of humanity. Kane is always searching for his next victim.
Oops, I missed that one.
Dang
Dang it!
Big red machine.
And he's facing off against A-Kid, who seems to rise to every challenge put in front of him.
Well, even I'll admit, Saxton, A-Kid has an it factor. He's got strong mat skills, an aerial arsenal, and strikes that'll chop down
No. What the?
He catches Kane with a counter.
No, Kane, no, Kane. No.
Basement
Oh.
drop kick.
Guess what? I'm back to my feet. Waha. I'm too quick for you. You can't catch me. It's not very well.
A-Kid has tremendous speed and agility, so how should his opponent approach this double threat?
Speed is absolutely A-Kid's biggest weapon.
From the top,
Moved out of the way.
nobody home.
Bulldog.
He's feeling the effects of that last hit.
Oh, no. Right to the back of the neck.
I actually kind of can't wait to play with him, A-Kid, as Axiom. I think that's going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to the Axiom character. I'm like, ooh, this is going to be kind of cool.
Bad predicament right here.
I want to see Axiom versus Reggie, because I know Reggie's in the game, and dude, that's going to be sick. Oh, my cat's crying in the background. I can hear it. Ugh. Annoying, y'all. I love her, but she's annoying.
He reverses it. The devil's favorite demon.
Not a problem, Zerk, not a problem. I just got back a little bit ago. They got me playing as A-Kid against Kane.
Incredible standing corkscrew moonsault. Wow. Beautiful takedown into the Achilles lock. It's not embarrassing to tap out.
Oh, the pressure on the left knee.
No, he got out of it, damn it.
He's trying to break out and does it.
Oh my goodness, cat. Take a chill pill. My cat's probably meowing, I want treats. The iPhone 11? I thought they were up to like iPhone 14 or something. I don't know, I don't keep up with that, so that's just me.
Get him into the corner. Reversal on A-Kid.
I have an iPhone 12 somewhere. How did it? Wow. Alright, whatever. I lost. Damn it. I tried to use resiliency and it wasn't kicking in, so I don't know what's up with that.
But judging by the look in his eyes, he's not finished.
So I thought they were up to iPhone 14. Because I'm like, I have an iPhone 12 that somebody gave me. Oh, wait a minute, Kane. Oh, no. Come on, Kane. He's just a kid. Oh. Don't beat a poor young unmasked Axiom. Oh, wait, there's Joe Gacy of Schism. It's Joe Gacy. Oh, man, these two, man, this rivalry, I swear, is never going to end. That's okay. This is actually kind of a fun one. But Gacy saving the day of all people. Wonder if he's going to try to recruit AK to be a part of Schism. That'd be kind of funny. Storyline-wise, that would actually be kind of funny. But anyway, to be honest, have better things to spend money on than a phone every bloody... Right? Like, I've had the same phone for a little over 2 years now. The one before that I had for like 8 years. It's just, yeah, I don't know. As long as I just needed the phone calls, text messaging, a little bit of Facebook, and like one game, and then of course my music. Other than that, I don't really, well, and pay a few bills online, but other than that, I don't use it for anything else. Like, I don't, it's just me. But yet my memory's full. Probably because of all my music, but that's okay. Alright, Sangha versus Elton Prince. This is our main event. This will actually be our last match tonight. As like I said, mentioned earlier, I do need to eat. And I do have some stuff I need to take care of tomorrow morning. So, I want to get some good sleep. And wind down before I head to bed. Alright, so Sangha and Elton Prince. What do you guys think? Play as Indie Sheer? Play as Pretty Deadly? What are we thinking? Just skip. Yeah, the problem is, dude, I don't do the skip option anymore. I do that because you never know what's going to happen. And that's why I've decided to opt out of the whole skip option. You want to watch this one? Alright, yeah, we'll watch it. Alright, yeah, this will be our last match, so we'll go ahead and watch this one. It probably won't be too long because I have a feeling Sangha's probably going to destroy Elton Prince, but we'll see.
Here we go.
Again, representing India Sure, it is from India, Sangha. Skip because the names are somewhat annoying. I get what you're saying. Sangha and Elton Prince.
Making his way to the ring from India, weighing in at 320.
I'm actually surprised Sangha didn't make it into the game. I mean, how was he was a big part of Grayson Waller, and then now he's in Indy Sheer, and he was already partnered with Veer and people like that before. So I'm just like, I thought that was weird that he wasn't added into the game for the new one, but whatever. Doesn't look like it's really that hard to make him if you look at him. I mean, it's literally just like a basic Caw with a beard and long hair and chest hair. Like, that's literally, he's so easy to make. You see Sangha and Jinder Mahal and Veer entrance for 22K. Yeah, but Sangha's not in there. You mean Shanky. Shanky, Jinder, and Veer. Because Shanky's in the game. But Sangha is not. But yeah, I did see that. Looks pretty good.
I can't watch this entrance. I heard this one backstage talking up their own work non-stop. Well, why don't they get in the ring and prove it, huh?
And these guys will be nice. I won't have to actually download these guys for 2K. They're actually going to be a part of DLC. Elton Prince and Kit Wilson. Pretty Deadly. I'm actually looking forward to that because I want to play as them and have them be managed and in a faction with Tyler Breeze. And I'm going to call them Pretty Breezy. Pretty breezy.
These superstars feel about competing here.
Prince Pretty.
They should feel honored, Cole. As
Hello, King Lee. WWE2k23 pre-ordered it. Can't wait. Hell yeah, man. Awesome. Yeah, I'll be playing it Monday night, actually. So I might have to tell the guys in Supercard that, hey, Monday evening I'm taking some time off because I am playing 2K23. Well, I'll be streaming it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to stream it like for a long ass time. Probably like 5 or 6 hours, give or take, if not a little more. But, you know, so hopefully we won't have too much stuff going on Monday. But, you know, you guys know me. I always try my best. So they don't have an RK Bro entrance. Are we sure? I haven't seen one, but that doesn't surprise me. I do know that they announced them as one half of RK Bro, Randy and Riddle. Maybe there is one, but we just haven't seen it yet. I don't know. I'll find out at some point. But that'd be interesting. That'd be kind of dumb for them to not have an RK Bro entrance. But I mean, then again, it could make sense that they don't, because Matt Riddle comes out on the scooter, Randy Orton just walks out. So I don't really know. I don't know. Unless you're a TBG, then yeah. Yeah, I should be fine. So I know you guys probably do TBG on Monday. Maybe. I don't know what Hollow has planned, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But this is my last match tonight. This is the NXT portion of the stream. We did do Monday Night Raw before this, all of them. So tonight, this is our main event at NXT. It's Sangha of Indashir taking on one half of your tag team champions, Elton Prince. Pretty Deadly here. So we've done all of Raw, we've done all of NXT. The next episode coming up later on, maybe this week, possibly this weekend, I don't know. We might have to wait and do some more of that in next week. Like I said, I don't know what Friday and Saturday is going to bring. Sunday, I'm going to try to do TCW at least one more time this coming weekend, so that way we can get ready, because Monday night, it's strictly 2K23, and we're probably going to do a crap ton of 2K23 all next week and into next weekend. So I'm ready. So because we do them Mondays and Fridays now. Okay. So the only one. Okay, I should be okay on Fridays. Monday I'll have to see. I should be able to do it because we have 24 hours to charge. So just depending on when you guys start it, I should be fine, to be honest. I know I screwed up the last one by like literally 6 or 7 cards, but I was trying, dude. I just ended up getting really busy at the last minute and wasn't expecting it, but that's kind of my fault. But no, if that's the case, there will be one Friday that I will not be able to be available, and that will be April 7th, because I will be at SmackDown on April 7th, so I won't be able to stream. I'm not going to be able to play because I will be sitting live for SmackDown, and I'll be on TV taping and whatnot. So live TV taping. Anyway. Sangha wins. Jasmine nearly missed TBG too. Oh damn. Yeah, I'm just glad that in TBG2 we got lucky and the other team like literally didn't even max or do anything. It was like the easiest win I think we've had in a long time. When Solo Sikoa put Johnny Gargano through a light bulb. Yeah, there's one like that, and then there's the one where Johnny throws Dexter Lumis off the scaffolding thing or whatever, the stage thing, and then he ends up going through the light in 2K23. I'm really looking forward to that. Alright, so Sangha beat Elton Prince. So let's do a little mini recap, if you will, of NXT. I didn't get to do one for Raw. That's my fault. But we'll do a little recap here, show you guys kind of what happened with NXT before I move on. So Sangha beat Elton. We just saw that. Kane beat A-Kid. Matt Cardona beat Dolph Ziggler. Murphy beat Quincy Elliott. We were supposed to see Sonya and Stacy Keibler. We ended up seeing Mandy Rose come out, and they had a feud. So Sonya and Mandy ended up not happening. Lyra Valkyria was supposed to team with Becky Lynch, and right when the match started, Becky decided to just up and walk out, turning it into a handicap match against Lola Vice and Toni Storm that, shockingly enough, Lyra Valkyria actually won. Dominik Dijakovic, our NXT champion, dominated Wes Lee. Yulisa Leon and Valentina Feroz, your NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, beat the former champs Kaden and Casey. And Odyssey Jones got a big win over Cesaro tonight on NXT. So, that's all we have for NXT tonight. And then Monday Night Raw was really cool. Like, there's some really cool stuff there. Alright, let's take a look at what the computer wants us to do for SmackDown. But we're not actually going to do SmackDown tonight. So check this. Okay, computer, this is interesting. Mixed tag team match. They want us to do Cedric Alexander and SmackDown Women's Champion Asuka against JBL and Charlotte Flair. Whatever. Roderick Strong versus Dexter. Okay, that could be good. Cora Jade versus Brandi Lauren. Ooh, that could be good. John Morrison versus Bronson Reed. Not bad. Alexa Bliss versus Nikita Lyons. Okay. Imperium versus Street Profits, Street Profits are the new SmackDown Tag Team Champions after Monday night's Survivor Series. Indy Hartwell finally in action, taking on Beth Phoenix. Right, flips the table at Charlotte, right? Asuka would make her tap out. Asuka would make her Asuka's bitch. Bobby Lashley and Keith Lee. Ooh, that's a good one. And main event would be Edge versus Brock Lesnar. Alright, not bad. We stand Alexa Bliss. Yes, Alexa. I like Indy. I like Beth too, but like I said, this isn't a bad match card. The only one that doesn't make sense to me would be this one. Like, what? But whatever. Alright, you guys are wanting to know what's coming up in the calendar. Alright, so this is what we got. So we just finished Survivor Series Monday night. Before that, we did NXT Arrival, and we've done all these. So this is where we're at right now. We're on SmackDown. So the next stream, we're gonna end November, go into December, and we're gonna be working towards the December pay-per-view, which is TLC. After TLC, we would be working towards, in January, the Royal Rumble, which is weird because there is supposed to be another pay-per-view for NXT right here, and I don't know what happened to it. I'll have to figure out. I might have to create one, and I might create one right after TLC here too. So I'll try to create an NXT one here. I'm going to try to put one before Rumble, and then we would have Vengeance Day, which is automatically there, and then Elimination Chamber, Fastlane, Stand and Deliver, and WrestleMania. So, yeah, we're not too far out. I mean, compared to what we've done up to this point, it's not bad. Universe, okay. Champions are still good. I want to see if any rivalries, new ones, have started, because I'm curious about this. So, okay, so I'm going to let this load. So apparently there's no rivalries yet on SmackDown after we did Survivor Series. The only one we have is Edge and Brock, and something going on with Lashley. Okay, whatever. So these are some of our past ones. There should be more than this. I don't know why they're not showing up, but whatever. On Raw, we got some good ones after tonight. We've got Rollins and Owens, Ilya and Santos. We still have Legado del Fantasma and Oni and Danny. Randy Orton apparently wants to take on Braun Breaker. We got Sammy and Big E. We still have Roman and Rock. And Roman has become The Rock's bitch. He has lost to The Rock 5 times now in a row. At this point, Roman just needs to pack it up and go home. He doesn't even have any belts. He needs to go home. Anyway, for NXT after tonight, we still have Mandy and Sonya, Lyra and Becky, Joe Gacy and Kane, Pretty Deadly and Indy Shear, Dominic and oh, they want to restart this one again. We already finished this once, and they've already decided to go ahead and, right, Roman pretty much getting buried on my show. So they're starting Ziggler and Dijak again. All right, I don't know. I might have to fix that one because I really don't want to see that rivalry again. But apparently the game does, so I don't know. I'm very iffy on that one. And then Wesley and Elias. Again, I'm curious to see what the computer is going to come up with here for SmackDown, though, because right now they've got Edge and Lesnar, and you've got Goldberg. Oh, there it is. Now he shows up. Goldberg and Lashley, which that has been building a little bit. But these are some of our past ones that kind of cracked me up. Like this one, I thought was very interesting. This was back when they were still in NXT UK, and that's why it's showing the WWE symbol, because at that time we still had NXT UK, and it was for the NXT UK Championship, and it was Undertaker, the champion, versus Finn Balor. So it was kind of, yeah, right, Roman, go fish. Then on Raw we had Mysterio and Styles. NXT we had Randy and Dijak. SmackDown we had Ilya and Gunther, or Walter. Raw we've had Ziggler and Big E. Raw we've had Raquel and Aaliyah, Gigi and JC. SmackDown we've had Hit Row and Brawling Brutes. SmackDown we've had Cora and Liv over the SmackDown Championship. That was cool. And then on Raw we had Lashley and Ciampa. And we've had quite a few after that. Like, again, I don't know why they're not showing up here, because that should not say past rivalries 9. That should say like 15. So I don't know what the game's doing. Like, it's ending rivalries, but it's not adding them to the past rivalry list. Could be a glitch. I don't know. But whatever. Yeah, we're still doing pretty good though. So yeah, that's gonna do it for 2K22 tonight. Right? It's 2K, right? Again, it sounds like a lot of that stuff's gotten fixed in the new game, though. I will say that. Out of curiosity, I gotta check something, because I have not done this in a while. I want to check this My Faction stuff, because I started this on one of these profiles, but I didn't really get into it as much as I wanted to. But I'm going to get into it a lot more on 23. But I'm just curious, because this is kind of set up similar to Supercard. Yeah, so you get like daily login rewards, loyalty rewards. Log in any 5 days this week to earn the loyalty rewards below. Yeah, see, I haven't been. So see, if you really want to do this, you just gotta log in and do shit every week, and I haven't. But I did get a constrictor side plate. Oh yeah, they just added the diamond. Oh, that's cool. They're talking about 2K22. Okay. Diamond, Inferno, My Faction. A newly weekly tower has arrived. But the diamond stuff's new, so all that stuff's new. Locker codes. They sucked doing the locker codes last year. Like, they were so stupid. It was literally just to add VC to this mode. It really was nothing special. As you can see, I haven't really played a lot of this. So they're going to have Proving Grounds. Faction Words, they're still going to have that, but that also means that they're going to add in War Games to it. So Faction Wars will pretty much be like it is now, but they'll add in War Games. As you can see, assemble your faction and jump into battle in 4 versus 4 matches for a chance to win limited time rewards and more. It'll still be the same like that, but they're going to add in War Games to that too, which is going to be kind of cool. You're going to have your weekly towers, so a new tower arrives each week with fresh challenges and rewards, like different attires for these people and whatever, and then Proving Grounds. Prove that your faction has what it takes to conquer the toughest opponents across several eras of the WWE Universe. Yeah, it is so freaking hard. Headquarters. So you can customize your My Faction. You can look at your collection of cards that you've gotten. Collector's level. So I've only got 29 cards until the next level. So as you can see, I haven't done much. Evolution cards. So you can start out with like bronze and then work your way all the way up to diamond. And diamond means that your Becky Lynch evolution card is going to be worth more. So view and track your evolution card collection. Upgrade your evolution cards by completing challenges. The more challenges you complete, the higher the card will evolve. That's why this is so like, oh my god. My faction management. So let's take a look. So I created, you can create up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So like 8 factions. So you can have like 8 different sets going here at once. I don't know what it's going to be in 23 just yet. But like for me right now, so the cards, so my men's division right now, I have set up, I have Ciampa, Balor, Roderick, and Jordan. Okay, I'm not doing the greatest, but I'm doing okay. For women, I've got Raquel, Io, Dakota, and Tony. Now I can change this up. So these are all the male ones that I have. So they screwed up in 22. They accidentally released the NWO stuff twice. So that's why I got 2 Hollywood Hogans, 2 Kevin Nashes, 2 Sixes, and 2... should have 2 Eric Bischoffs too, but they're not showing up. But anyway, so for my male cards, I have the Sapphire Rey Mysterio because I got the icon or the big edition for that, and then they ended up giving us, because they took out Nash Carter that one time for DLC, they replaced it with the My Rise card of Seth Rollins with the Kingslayer stuff. That's why these are here. But other than that, and then you got all your DLC, which comes with cards. So I have like RVD, I got Vader, I got Undertaker, Umaga, Mr. T, Rick Boogs, Boogeyman, Omos, Cactus, Hurricane, Doink, Logan, Commander, Undertaker, Ilya, British Bulldog, I unlocked, Finn Balor, Yoko, Tommaso, Rikishi, A-Kid, Keith, King Corbin, they added in, LA Knight, Machine Gun Butthead, Murphy, Booker T, Sheamus, Mustafa, Austin, T-Bar, Wesley, Jordan Devlin, and Roderick Strong. So that's all the ones I have for male cards. Obviously, I haven't played that much. For female cards, this is what I have for this. So for female cards, I got, obviously, your DLCs. So I've got Ronda, Zaya, Casey, Indy. I have Candice. I got Io, Bianca, Raquel, Stacy, Mandy, Mickey, Doudrop, Saray, Tony, Dakota, and Tegan. So I got some pretty good women ones here. And yeah, that's pretty much what you do. Is you're playing it to get these cards. And you will actually play as these characters like you would any other mode. So, you know, and you can change your faction's faction logo, faction nameplate, which is kind of cool, faction wallpaper. And so by doing that, you'll see that it says Thrill Seekers, you got your logo, you got your whatever. Manager cards. These are cool. So you can apply a manager card like William Regal. Say, I want to apply it to Finn Balor. Or no, this manager card will work for all these cards. So he'll be the manager card that works for all of these. And each manager card has different like styles. So for his is cunning, works best with technicians, and is also good with high flyers and strikers. So yeah, as you can see, like he would work good with Io Shirai, he'd work good with Dakota Kai, but he would not work that well with, you know, Tony Storm and Tommaso. So, you know, that's cool stuff. And you can change to, like, change manager. So, I have Boa, which I think is really funny. Okay, so Boa, who is not even playable in 2K22, right? But he is the manager, technically, of Xia Li. So, if I add him in there, he could, you know, he could be in there, which is really cool. So, he's in my faction, but he's not in anything else. And then I got 2 versions of Eric because they fucked up. I got Paul Heyman and William Regal. Now, you can get... There was a locker code, and I probably didn't get it, or I didn't do it right. But there was a locker code for, like, Triple H and a few others, I remember. So... Anyway, so that's kind of a rundown of my faction with 22. It's kind of going to basically be the same. And then you're going to see here in the store, you've got pack market. So you can unlock certain packs. Let's see, do I have any unopened packs? No, I don't. Okay. token market, view and purchase rare cards. So you go in here. I don't have enough to buy any, but you can go in here and you can see they're locked. But these are all the other cards that you can get. Like different versions of characters. So like, say the diamond ones, alright? So you're gonna get, you get a weird version of Kane. You can get Charlotte, Io, China, Jay, Pete, Reckoning, you know, The Miz, Jimmy, Jake the Snake, Karrion Kross, Razor, Trish, The Rock, Batista, Shawn, Brett, you know, all this stuff. Alexa. So, yeah. And then collect by playing any game mode in my faction. So, obviously I haven't done it. And then add more VC to your wallet. So you do this, you actually have to pay for it. And it'll so basically it's a Bitcoin thing and you're literally paying money. Yeah, see? Look at this. This is freaking ridiculous. $1.99, $4.99, $9.99, $19.99, $49.99, and $100. Like that. I'm sorry. This crap like this should not be in a video game. I should not have to play, because people could do this and they could literally cheat this mode. You could pay $100, get a lot of VC, and you could unlock so much crap that everybody else is going to work their hardest to grind to get. It happens in Supercard as well. Trust me, I've seen it. But it's dumb. But anyway, that's a little bit about my faction, and that's basically how that is set up. We'll talk more about it on Monday night on 23. But I know Rocco and a few others were asking what my faction is. That's basically what it is. And we all know about GM. We know about Myra. So, I mean, pretty much everything that you see here is pretty much going to be the same in the next game. You know, menus pretty much going to be the same type of setup. The online stuff. They haven't talked a lot about online, but again, we are going to get cross-platform community creations, just not cross-platform lobbies or tonight's matches or quick play. And leaderboards, which nobody cares about. And then options, you know, that's still going to be the same. So, but anyway, guys, that's all I got for you. We'll have more on the channel as soon as possible, maybe tomorrow night, if not, as soon as we can. But definitely Monday night, 2K23. So stay tuned. Make sure you got the notification bell turned on. I know we've been having issues with it. It's been an ongoing thing on YouTube. If you are notified, cool. If you don't get a notification, all you got to do is go into my channel, look under videos, look under most recent. And if you think you missed something, just check the date, because I always put the date on the videos. So if you check that, you'll be able to catch up with what's going on. All right, guys? Until then, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, be kind to yourself and each other. Keep thrilling and chilling. We're on the road. Just a few short days left for 2K23, and I can't wait. So until then, guys, peace out. I'm out. Enjoy yourselves.